Start trimming. No, it's not working.
Can you go here again? Oh, there we are. It's okay.
It's not popping up, I don't think.
It has to.
Oh, it is.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna give it just like a few seconds to see if we can get some people viewing.
Because you're not popping
Can you
up.
see? I can see myself. You can't see
Yeah,
it?
no, but on the live stream now.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they can hear us.
Probably.
Wait. Go back.
No, because.
I'm right there.
Oh,
It's just there's a.
okay, it's a lag.
Yeah. Can you send a text in the group me and ask them if they can hear us?
Alright, yeah.
Okay. We got. Yeah, it's coming in. I want to check the. We don't have any viewers right now. It's okay. I don't know why it keeps going all the way over. Nobody says. No, we don't have any viewers right now. I hear people on the stream. Okay, we do have a viewer.
Okay.
Hi, Jamie. Why does it keep going all the way to South Carolina? That's very silly.
Okay, so I can just keep it on there. Alright, so I guess go up there and talk about it.
Yeah.
I can pull it up on my phone. I think I hear
Are
you.
they? Well, can they hear us well? Oh, I do hear y'all. Perfect.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
All right.
All right. I'm just gonna. Let's see. All right. So, good evening, Athens and North Georgia. We do have a severe threat this evening, especially in northwest Georgia. So we're taking a look at the radar right now, and we do have a severe thunderstorm as well as a severe thunderstorm warning, as well as a tornado warning in the most northwestern part of Georgia right now. This is Lafayette, I believe. We do have a tornado warning. So we have this storm coming in from Alabama, crossing the border right now, and we do have a tornado warning, which means we do see a tornado on the radar, and we want you to get into your safe space in your house as soon as possible. Do you want to take a look at another radar, Mason?
Yeah, so which one do you want to look at? Storm relative velocity, correlation coefficient?
We can do storm relative velocity, and can you zoom in a little bit as well?
Oh, yeah. Alright, so.
That's South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we go.
Yeah, so there's that little rotation right there,
Alright.
if I'm not mistaken. Oh.
That's,
Having some technical difficulties, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I actually want to take a look at this radar right here,
Yeah.
because I also want to talk about that hail. There's that little bit of pink, as you can see, it kind of pops up, which means we are expecting maybe some hail with this as well. So not only are we worried about this tornado and the severe thunderstorm warning, we are worried about the hail threat as well. So you just want to make sure that you really get to a safe space as soon as possible if you are in this region. Let me check which county that is.
Let me.
For a second. Would that be Chattanooga? Maybe we can pull it up
I
on
might be able to.
on
So
Twitter.
it's just west of Dalton. Yeah, it's west of Lafayette. It's in the border of Kingston, Rising Fawn, Sulphur Springs Station,
Kensington, it's on its way as well. Cooper Heights, it's on its way as well.
Stewarttown.
Stewarttown, it's in Stewarttown right now.
We're in Stewarttown right now. Masseyville, Kensington, Cooper
as well.
Heights.
Yeah, can you zoom out just a little? Perfect.
Yeah,
That's
right
that right there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we see that right here coming in through. If you want to take us to correlation coefficient or storm relative velocity as well.
Alright, so let's check storm relative velocity. It might not show up on here.
Yeah.
Here's correlation coefficient.
Yeah, maybe it'll.
Yeah, so here's the warning. Let's see if anything's dropped.
Yeah, it's just west of Lafayette right now.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any drop in correlation coefficient, so there might not be a debris ball.
No,
So this
maybe
might
not
be
yet.
radar indicated. Let me
It's
look on
probably
Thunderstorm.
it probably is. I'm sure it is radar indicated. But we can keep watching the correlation coefficient for this storm to see if we'll see any
Alright, let me see.
drops in that. Let me see.
Yeah, it's radar indicated with hail of expected 1.25.
1.25 inches.
Yeah.
That is pretty big.
Let's see what.
I'm gonna put it back on the radar if you don't.
Oh yeah. So
Can you-
radar.
Just the second radar we were using.
Are you talking about this one?
The other one. Do you,
Because there's this one, and then there's
I think it's
this one.
yeah.
You like this one better?
Yeah. I think this one is more easy to understand
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have the winds. It's just the rain coming in. Can you zoom in a little bit more, Mason?
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank you.
There you are.
Yeah, so that hail threat is diminishing as it gets further into Georgia right now. You can see it kind of popped up right before the border, and then there's a very small bit of pink that is usually indicative of some hail there. We are just going to keep watching this. Do you know how long this tornado watch is?
It's issued until 10 p.m.
I'm sorry, not the tornado warning. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the tornado warning is issued.
10 p.m. Okay, all right. So that's a long while. We're really watching this, making sure that we get it all out of the area. So we just want to keep watching that.
Tornado and $half size hail, radar indicated rotation, and flying debris is a possibility.
Flying
with the
debris
system.
is a possibility. So trees, power lines, cars, anything that you didn't secure down in your yard, anything really can be dangerous in a storm like this. If you're out on the roads, you want to make sure that you get to a safe location right now. Pull off the road if you can. Underpasses are not a safe space to be during a tornado warning. Now, you want to make sure that you are getting to the lowest level of your basement, of your home right now. If that's your basement or if that's the first level of your home, you're getting into the most interior room right now, away from windows, away from outside walls, so that if this tornado does pass by your house, you are the most safe in those areas. We can take a look also. I think we have some graphics for that.
For what?
If you scroll down.
So what are you trying to find?
We have some tornado safety awareness graphics.
For tornado warning, what to
warnings.
do.
Yes.
Here you go. If you want to talk about that.
Could you press play on it for me?
No.
Not that. That's okay.
Yeah, for some reason it keeps jumping back, so
yeah, it
it's
keeps-
not definitely
that's
going
that
to stay
one.
there.
Just press this button instead.
There we go.
Perfect, awesome. All right, so not only are you trying to get to the lowest level of your home, you're also protecting your head. If you have a helmet, a pillow, in elementary school, you'd always cover your head. If that tornado passes by your home and things are falling, your head is more protected. Helmet is definitely the best option, but if that is not an option for you, a pillow will work just as good for right now. Can we also talk about maybe... Actually, can we look back at the radar?
Oh yeah, of course.
Thanks.
So here we go.
See how it's looking.
All right. There you
Yeah, here it comes. It's really coming into northwest Georgia right now. It's about to hit Kensington right now. So we're just going to keep an eye out on that for the next few minutes as we see it move through the system. Is there anything on the Slack chat that they're saying? Anything about damage reports or?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. What about the GroupMe?
I'm looking on there now. Not yet. They're.
Can they hear us? Okay.
Yeah, they said they could hear us.
Okay. Good. Yeah, so we just want to keep an eye out on this as we continue through the evening. If you are getting to your lowest level of your basement, you don't want to be looking outside your window right now trying to see this tornado. It's dark, it's probably rain wrapped. It is more safe for you to go ahead and get into your lowest level of your home, your safe space right now, and worry about seeing that tornado later on Instagram, YouTube. I'm sure there will be some sort of documentation of this. The most important thing right now is that you are getting to your safe space. That hail still is coming through a little bit.
Hail.
Possibly
So
hail.
It's
Yeah.
possibly hail, but more than likely it looks like it could just be heavy rain.
Yeah, extremely heavy rain.
Yeah, I feel.
I think especially as we're getting closer to, you can see it kind of Kensington. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely started to move out.
All right, so I'll zoom in, and so you can talk about this more.
Yeah.
There you go. Here are the cities.
Yeah. So again, if you're Rising Fawn, Cloverdale, Masseyville, Kensington, Cooper Heights, you are in a tornado warning right now, so you do want to get to your safe space as soon as possible. It's a radar indicated tornado, so we're not sure if it's on the ground yet, but the conditions are perfect for tornado, and it is rotating perfectly, and we could see one soon, or there is one right now. It's also, the tornado warning is also in Alabama as well. Also all the way down to Head River, Sulphur Spring Station, I think that was.
Yep,
Yes.
Sulphur Spring Station's just on the west end side of the system.
Yes.
You have Rising Fawn, Kensington, Stewarttown, Cooper Heights.
Thompsonville is in this severe thunderstorm warning, excuse me.
Cooper Heights, Kensington, Rising Fawn, Stewarttown, they are currently getting hit by the storm now.
Yes. So you do, if you're in these areas and you're not in your safe space already, please get down there as soon as you can.
Let's see. Do you want to look at the storm relative velocity?
Yes.
Will that help
we can do that.
All right, so all right. Let's see if there's any rotation. Yeah, I can sort of see something right here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah, it's very faint, but you can see something right there.
Yeah. Definitely something that we're keeping an eye out on as it moves across the border here.
All right, let's check.
Do you want to maybe look at Alabama and maybe compare to see
yeah,
maybe something that's more active, so we can like say like this is what we're looking for?
Let's see. The tornado in Scottsboro is observed. We can look at that one.
Okay.
If you want, do you want to go to radar coverage, or do you want to look at storm relative velocity?
We can look at storm relative velocity.
All right, so right around Scottsboro, right around here, there is an observed tornado that it drops.
Right here-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it
that's kind of...
in 16 minutes.
Okay. So this kind of, it's kind of coming up this way, and then the green is coming that way. That's kind of what we're looking for with a tornado warning, seeing if that is on the ground.
All right, let's take a look at the radar, and then we can show you kind of what it looks like. Here we go. This is what it looks like now.
Yeah, seems right. There's maybe some more hail as well, or some very extreme rain. Not sure about that. Yeah, so we're just keeping an eye out on that.
Okay, so it looks like it expired. Wait.
Maybe the computer.
No, the severe thunderstorm expires. Okay, so for us, the severe thunderstorm warning expired.
Oh, okay, so
here.
this is
And then the tornado warning expires in 30 minutes.
Okay, so just in case you guys didn't hear that, the severe thunderstorm warning for northwest Georgia right now has expired. It hasn't fully updated on our computer yet, but it has expired. And our tornado warning,
There it goes.
there it is.
Yep.
Yeah. And our tornado warning does go for the next 30 minutes. It goes until 10 p.m. So we're just really keeping an eye on this for the next for the next half hour or so. Really making sure that we're keeping an eye on this as it moves through and possibly develops or weakens as it gets further into the state. Oh, did they just issue a new one?
Yep, they just issued a new one.
So they just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning.
It hasn't appeared on radar scope yet, but it does look like they did drop one.
Does IEM bot have one?
Let me check. So IEM issued a a severe thunderstorm warning at 9:30. Hail 1 inch. Radar indicated for Catoosa, Dade, Walker, and Whitfield, Georgia until 10:15.
So those are all of the counties that are included in the severe thunderstorm warning. When did you say it was until?
It is until 10:15 p.m. EDT.
Okay, so we have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued in case the audio is a little off. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued here in northwest Georgia. It has moved a tad bit south than the last one that just expired. We have Lafayette included, Rock Spring, Villanelle. So you want to make sure that you are staying weather aware with this system if you are in these counties, in these cities, because we do have this huge system right here. All of that heavy rain coming through, and it is on its way to you. So you want to make sure if you can get outside, get anything on your yard that is not secure inside, so that if this storm does come through and it is very strong like we are expecting, we are eliminating less debris, we are eliminating more debris from this for the storm to possibly use and be dangerous. So we do want to make sure that you're preparing right now while you have the time, while there's no rain in your area. Prepare, make sure you're able to get your safe spot, grab shoes, grab a helmet or a pillow to protect your head for if this tornado warning does extend further into North Georgia. You can kind of see this right here, some more really heavy rain or maybe some hail as well. They are saying up to an inch and a half of hail, so that's a pretty decent sized piece of hail right there. And it doesn't take a big piece of hail to do damage. It doesn't have to be that big. You know, it's falling from the sky pretty fast. A small piece of hail can do decent damage. Can we maybe take a look at storm relative velocity again?
Do you want to look at storm relative velocity or correlation coefficient, see if it's touched down yet?
Let's do SRV first.
SRV? Yeah.
This is the storm relative velocity, as we've been talking about. Seeing those red and greens contrast and see how that's looking.
Yeah, you can kind of see it here.
When you say here, we're not really seeing.
Do you look west of Lafayette? Do you see kind of like that area of Smith?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be what they're talking about, the warning.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. And then we can look at correlation coefficient now.
I do not believe anything. Let's check though, just be sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing any debris balls, so
Okay.
I do not think it's touched down.
Just because it hasn't touched down, though, does not make this situation any less dangerous, or you should take it any less seriously, because at any moment it can touch down and you will want to be in your safe space. So just because we're not seeing this fully be touched down yet does not mean that we should not take this any less seriously. So if you're in your safe space right now, make sure you continue to be there until this warning is lifted. Is the Slack chat saying anything else about debris or damage reports yet?
Not as of yet, no.
Okay. Which is a good sign, but
It is a good sign, yes.
want to make sure we're staying on top of
Alright,
as many of our information resources as we can.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah, here it is again. Can we go over the counties that are included in the severe thunderstorm warning again?
Okay, definitely. So we have Catoosa County, Dade County,
Dade,
Walker County,
Walter.
and Whitfield County.
What was that last one?
Whitfield County.
Whitfield County. So if you're in those counties, make sure that you are preparing to be in your safe space, away from windows, away from any exterior walls if you can. Be ready for the severe weather to hit you and come your way. And this tornado warning is going to be still in effect until 10 p.m. So we have another 25 minutes or so until this tornado warning is supposed to be lifted. Now it may be extended if it is necessary, but right now it is set to expire at 10 p.m. tonight. It's not a very fast moving storm, is it?
I'm going to try to, I'm not sure how to do it, take it to go live on Facebook.
Let's see. Are you still having an issue with that?
Yeah, it says connect the streaming software, but YouTube's already connected.
Hmm.
But,
Could you see if maybe anybody in the group could? Oh, are you asking them how to go live on Facebook?
yeah.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm not exactly
Okay.
100% sure. Can you just click it or? Yeah, I'm just not
Okay,
exactly sure. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna call someone who can help me out.
All right. Awesome. I'll keep a close eye on this. All right, again, if you're just warning us, we're taking a look at the tornado warning we have for Dade and Walker counties there in northwest Georgia. We've been keeping an eye on this for a while now. It's been kind of, excuse me. It's been, it's been active for a while. We're just watching it slowly move across the state line. Here it is in its full power. Kind of looks like a dragon there. But we're just trying to keep an eye on this and keep you guys as informed as possible. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning as well that kind of encapsulates this tornado warning. And if you're in these areas where it hasn't quite hit, it's beginning to get to Lafayette in the northern regions of that. You want to make sure that you are staying weather aware and keeping an eye on the situation so that if this tornado warning is extended, you can make sure that you are already ready to go to your safe space. Now, some things that you want to have in your safe space include a pillow or a helmet to protect your head. You want to make sure you have shoes, and you want to make sure you maybe have a bottle of water and a snack for whoever is in your family, kids, family members, grandmothers and grandfathers. You want to make sure that everybody is accounted for with all of the supplies you have in your safe space. Now, what qualifies as a safe space? You want to have a space that is on the lowest level, the lowest level of your house or your apartment or wherever your living situation is. You want to be on the lowest level. You want to be away from exterior walls, and you want to be away from any windows. So the bathroom, a closet, obviously the basement is the best, but if you don't have a basement, the bathroom and the closet would be great on the lowest level of your house with no windows, away from the exterior walls of your house. Yeah, we're just watching it come through right now, and you just want to make sure that we want to make sure that we're extra aware of what's going on. We are trying to get our Facebook Live up as well so we can reach more viewers, but for now we are on YouTube, working on Facebook as we speak.
Yeah, the problem is that I can't do that in the ops. I hit stream and...
I'm going to take a look at the correlation coefficient as well, really quick. Again, see if I can zoom in here. Yeah. Here it is right now. That is the incorrect graphic I want to show you guys. So sorry about that. There is also a lot of weather going on in Tennessee right now, as well as in Alabama. We have quite a bit going on. Lots of severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a tornado warning in Alabama as well. Just been a very active week for severe weather. I don't know why it's not playing all the way, but that's okay. There it is. Thank you, Mason.
No problem.
Yeah, so this is a correlation coefficient going on right now. And then as our storm relative velocity, get that pulled up as well.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. Yeah, the radar's out, so it's gonna be hard to get that. We're trying to do the best we can. We've been using the closest radar to us. Yeah. Yeah, it's.
There it is. All right. So if you're checking back in with us, or you've been with us for a little bit, we've been checking our different radar graphics and seeing, you know, the different ways we can identify a tornado. And this one is storm relative velocity. You can see it coming through. You can kind of see as it comes through this little bit of rotation here, and that's what we're keeping an eye out on right now. We are having a little bit of a difficult time picking up on it because the radar is a little bit far away. So, you know, we're doing the best with what we can, but this is one of the indicators of a tornado, or at least rotation that can produce a tornado. Now I'm going to take a look back at, you know, what's the difference between a watch and a warning, just in case we don't remember. It's a very important thing to keep an eye out on.
Yeah,
this
I'll do
one
that.
is.
So you're saying to make. Okay.
All right. So a tornado, watch, warning, or an emergency. So a watch, which is what the northwest region of Georgia was in recently for most of the day today. It's, you know, you want to make sure that you are prepared. The conditions are favorable for a tornado. So the ingredients are there, the atmosphere is unstable, and we are expecting a tornado to possibly form there because the conditions for a tornado are there. Now, a tornado warning, which is happening right now, a tornado is spotted or indicated by radar. So that's what we've been talking about. This tornado is radar indicated. So that's when you want to take action. That's when you want to go to your safe space that you prepared during your watch. And in tornado emergency, which we don't usually see in Georgia, this is definitely more of an Alabama thing, but still important to know. It's when there is severe threat to human life and there is catastrophic damage. So this is when there is a really big, strong, you know, aggressive tornado on the ground headed your way. It is, you know, you want to make sure that you are taking action right then, right now. You're in your safe space already if a tornado emergency is indicated. Let's get back to our radar.
There we go. I posted it. All right, can you check it? Make sure.
You can go to this one.
It says posting.
Perfect.
Okay, so all right.
Interesting. It's like split up. All right, and as we take a look back at our radar, we can see our tornado warning has kind of split in two, if you will. This region right here, the most western part of this region of North Georgia, the tornado warning has expired. However, we still have a tornado warning here in northwest Georgia, a little bit northwest of Lafayette. So if you're in this region, you want to make sure that you're still taking cover, you're still in your safe space, you know, just hunker down for a little longer. We've got about 20 minutes until this tornado warning expires. So you just want to make sure that you're still paying attention, you're still staying safe in your safe space, excuse me. Yeah, we can see this storm has moved through more, and it is really starting to take charge right here in this area north of Lafayette. Oh, it just updated some more. So that is really interesting. Let me see why it's doing that.
Okay. What do you need?
It's just doing, you see where it like kind of.
Yeah, it's extended. So this, it broke off, so it extended over here.
No, I mean, why is it kind of, you see how like the storm kind of drops down all
I think that might be the loop.
The loop?
Might be a loop thing.
Why is it? It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't think the whole system just dropped down like that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so
I think that's just the radar.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Justin, for your help.
All right. So our radar is doing something a little funky right now, but if you want to take a look at where it stops, that is probably more indicative of what it looks like. This storm system looks like right now where it goes. See this ending right here, that's more what we're probably looking at here. All that rain throughout the whole region of the severe thunderstorm warning, and that huge, look at all of that rain right there. Very intense rain right in the middle of that tornado warning. We see that pink, that is either indicative, of hail or strong, very intense rain. So that's not really something that we can check as easily on radar, but that is something that we can know. We can say, oh, this may be some hail right here. So yeah, we're really taking a look here. Could you, Mason, could you zoom in on the area of the tornado warning?
Oh yeah, so do you want me to tell you the
yeah, there's
guide?
Kensington, Maysville as well. This is really on top of you guys right now. Please be in your safe space if you're not already. Get down there right now, you know, you just want to make sure that you are really away from the windows and you're away from any.
It looks like they're. I got a message from Slack. They're saying from National Weather Service Peachtree. They're saying they're not planning to continue the tornado warning and keep the severe for possible at the time. They're watching for cells to the southwest over in Alabama.
Okay.
So it might drop that.
All right. So if you didn't hear that, I don't know how well our audio is. I know sometimes it's a little messed up. We are still watching this tornado warning, and it's still very serious. You want to make sure that we are fully paying attention to that. However, we are not expecting it to be extended further as we go into the evening. So we're at 9:45 p.m. right now. It's supposed to expire at 10 p.m. So we are watching more now. As we watch this tornado warning, we're watching this tornado warning down here in Alabama. Could you maybe zoom out a little bit and show that? It looks like it's on its way to cross. This huge system is on its way to cross the border of Alabama and Georgia right now. So we're also watching that to see if that produces anything in our Georgia area. So we just want to keep an eye out on that. But right now, Kensington and Masseyville, if you aren't in your safe space, please get there now. Cooper Heights as well, you are being affected by this. So you just really want to make sure you're paying attention and you're keeping up with us and our updates. Mason, do you have anything you want to add?
Not as of currently.
Okay.
IEM is still the same.
Okay, that's good.
9:43 is when it was issued a few minutes ago.
Okay. Yeah, could you zoom out for me now? Yeah.
Also, do you want to switch up?
Yeah, we can. I say once this tornado warning is expired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just in case something does, you know, go haywire all of a sudden. Yeah, we do have this severe thunderstorm warning here in these areas. We have Rock Spring, Lafayetteville. Now, if you're just joining us and you're kind of wondering why does the radar do that, it kind of drops down and looks a lot different than the last, you know, segment did. And we're not really sure what's up with that. It's a radar thing, but that last spot where it kind of stops is what we are expecting the area to look like right now. So we're watching this tornado warning in Alabama, this big line of really strong rain and storms. We're watching that to see if it crosses the border and keeps its intensity, and if it does, a tornado warning will be issued there. First a severe thunderstorm warning usually, but then a tornado warning as well. And that tornado warning that was on the very edge of the Alabama and Georgia line in Alabama has expired as well. So we're really just, this is the only active tornado warning we have in the state right now. Keeping an eye out on that. So that is good. Yep. We're at still, what time is it exactly right now?
It is currently 9:48.
Okay, 9:48. So we have a few more minutes left on this tornado warning. It is set to expire at 10 p.m. So just we're keeping an eye on that until then, staying very vigilant in case something really does develop here. Do you want to take a look at the storm relative velocity one more time?
The problem is that we might not get very good coverage of that because the radar's down. So we're not going to get any good image of it.
I didn't know the radar was down.
Yeah, the one we do have is too far away for it to be rather good. So we're
okay.
There you go. Yep, the tornado warning just dropped.
There it goes. The tornado warning has expired. That is wonderful news. That's great. So we're just watching this severe thunderstorm warning right now, and I think I'm going to have Mason take over right now, or we can let me see. Do you want to
for 35 minutes?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Do you want to keep staying on the live with the severe thunderstorm warning?
Yeah, because it might pop over. You can talk more about these severe severe warnings.
We're going to take a minute to just switch roles here. Only two. Thread it up through your shirt.
Not yet.
That's really awesome.
Here, put on that.
Alright, let me see if I can hear you. Listen.
Right, testing, testing.
Yep, I can hear you.
Right.
And there's the clicker if you want it.
I don't think we'll need the clicker. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, do I look good?
Yes.
Am I missing something? Should I button this or no?
No, don't worry.
This is fine.
Yes.
All right. All right. Testing, can you hear me?
Oh, let me.
Yeah, we might have to adjust the camera. Yeah.
If you want to just.
I'm not quite sure. Can you help me with that?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Okay. So stand there and I will.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Stand where the.
Got it.
Is.
You guys good? Ooh.
How's that? Do you feel okay like that?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Alright.
It-
Alright, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Mason Sykes. I am a student meteorologist here at the University of Georgia, and I'm going to be here to help you guide you through these severe weather issues that's going on. And currently, we did drop the tornado warning, so that's good. So that means that we are only, this way?
Yeah.
Yep, we did drop that tornado warning, so that does mean that the tornado risk is down, but do not think that it is not severe. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This means you could have hail, you could have damaging winds, you could have excess rain, you could have possible flooding even. So just take caution, be weather aware, because this situation could turn and develop into another tornado. We aren't too sure. How's it looking over there? Has the have they said anything? Anything?
Somebody said watching a storm over Walker County closely looks like the missile may be tightening once again.
Mm-hmm. So you think over here the one in Kingston is the one that's going to tighten,
I don't think they're.
or is it the one over here?
Walker County is further. It's pretty far north. It is. I believe that is Kensington.
Yeah, so around here in Kensington.
Yes, right.
Yep.
Yeah. They're watching that one.
So they're watching to see if it'll tighten.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to keep a lookout.
Yep. If you want, do you want to talk about the Scottsboro tornado warning?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind scooting over there, over in there in Alabama? We can talk about how that could carry over.
Do you want me to zoom in a little?
Yeah, that's fine. So currently in section Savannah, Henniger. So in this general area, we do have a tornado warning that's in effect, and this could cross over into Georgia as we move through the hour until 10. And so this could definitely impact the counties on the eastern side of the Georgia-Alabama border. So definitely take caution to this. Let's see if we can actually, over here. Yeah, so as you can see over here, it is currently right on the border of Georgia and Alabama. So this could easily cross over just like the other storm did. So counties over here like Lafayette, Somerville, Lyerly, this area could potentially see some tornadic activity or severe thunderstorm warnings, but we did not have any warnings as of yet that has dropped. This is just something that we are looking at to make sure that it is, to take all precautions.
Yeah. I think this would be a good time again to talk about the difference between no watch warning and.
Yep, okay. Can you pull up the graphic?
Alright, so first I'm going to pull up the graphic about
Mm-hmm.
the difference between the tornado watch and
Oh,
warning.
here we go. All right,
There it is.
here we go.
Do you want to talk
All right, so there are a watch, a warning, and an emergency. A watch a watch and a warning are very different. They are very often confused, and the difference between them is that conditions are favorable for tornadic development with a watch. Whereas with a warning, it is radar indicated. There is rotation. That means that the tornado could be on the ground, or radar has picked it up somewhere. And so with a watch, do not think that just because it's a watch that it's not serious, because a watch could develop into a warning at any moment. So take it very seriously, just as you would with a warning. But with the warning, be a little bit more vigilant and be a lot more weather aware, because that is when conditions are more favorable for dangerous developments, such as wind, tornadoes, hail, and you could still have hail and all of that with the watch over here. But with the warnings are definitely where you need to take consideration for the lives and safety of anyone in your house. If you're outside, get inside whenever you have a warning or even a watch, just to be on the safer side. And get to your nearest shelter if you do have a warning in place for your counties and or cities. Can we go back to what?
Do you want to go back to the radar?
Yeah.
We can also talk about what we do in a tornado warning.
Yeah. So we do not have any warnings currently, so we can talk about what to do when you are in a warning. So if you are in a warning, you need to get to the lowest level of your house, away from any windows and away from the exterior facings of your house. The further away you are from your walls and windows, the better it'll be for you. Preferably underground or in a closet, a bathroom that has no windows, and make sure you protect your head. So you could wear a helmet, you could get into the safety position, you can cover your head.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they said they were drawing up a tornado warning, I believe.
Yeah, so
Tornado warning just issued. So
Yep.
we go back to the radar.
Yep, got it.
Sorry, just the radar.
Yep. All right, let's see it.
So we just kind of,
Yeah, zoom out.
there it is.
Yep, okay, so we do have a tornado warning that has been dropped. It is to the east of Kensington, near east of Lafayette over to Dalton. And so, ooh, here we go.
Counties that are in this tornado warning are Whitfield, Murray, Walker, and Catoosa, Georgia. So it's kind of an extension of that tornado warning they had.
Okay.
They're saying that it has, tightened back up.
Okay, so it's tightened back up. So it's Whitfield, where else? Whitfield,
Murray, Walker.
okay, Whitfield, Walker, Murray, and where else?
Catoosa.
Catoosa counties. Okay, so you are currently under a tornado warning. You take shelter, go underground or into a basement if you have one, go into a closet. Make sure you are weather aware, because this system is tightening and there is a possibility that we could have a tornado dropping, and areas over here in Lafayette over to Dalton over here. Let me just move over here just to make it a little bit easier for you all to see. It's looking like the tornado could be around here, wherever you see this highest red to pink. So there's also hail with this system. There's heavy rain. There could be wind damage. What are they saying for hail size?
I believe it was
An inch. So there was an inch size hail that was indicated on the radar. It might not be on the ground, but that does not mean that it can't damage you. Just because it's radar indicated does not mean that there is not hail. It's just probably up in the small sector over here in the pink areas, and so it's very small. But even then, hail isn't the only damaging threat here. You have damaging winds from the system. You have rain. You have lightning that could occur with the system. You have possible flash flooding because this place is getting hit constantly. And you do have that tornado warning, and you do have that threat of the tornado touching down. So just to clarify, so Lafayette, Villanelle, Dalton, so these areas, take caution. Go into your safe spot, go into your tornado shelter. Make sure you have a radio, make sure you have things to keep updated with the weather, just in case this system does drop a tornado on you. It is currently radar indicated. Is it a radar indicated tornado warning?
Yes.
Yes, it is radar indicated, so that means there is rotation aloft. There is spin aloft, but that does not mean that there is a tornado that we currently know of. There could be. It could be that we just don't see it quite yet. But definitely take aware, be cautious, listen out for any indicators of the tornado. Um, a good indicator for tornadoes, if you do hear it, is you hear a lot of rushing air towards you. It does not sound like in Twisters where you have the growls. No, a lot of people say it sounds like like a train rolling through. They say it's just very fast moving. It's very you'll be able to tell if you can hear it because it feels like all the air is just being sucked in and that it's just very loud. So if you do hear that, take shelter immediately. Do not go outside right now in these areas. Even if you are in the green areas down here, like near Villanelle, do not go outside. Make sure you take shelter just in case, because this system could be, it could move south at any moment. We do not know. We don't know where the tornado is going to form if it does form. So just take shelter. Do not go outside until the warning has been dropped. And make sure you stay in your shelter until your warning has been dropped. When is the expiration date for the warning?
It looks, well, I had it up and I don't know where it is. I believe it looks like 10:45.
10:45?
Yes.
So this warning has been issued up until 10:45. It might drop if the system weakens, and does not favor any tornadic conditions. So up until 10:45, take shelter, be weather aware, be cautious, and what time is it now?
It is 10:02 p.m.
10:02. So you currently have over 40 minutes to be weather aware, be cautious, because this system could easily drop something on you. All right, and can we zoom out just so we can see the broader scope? Mm-hmm.
That is,
Yeah.
there it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so currently we do have that severe weather warning that is still in Kensington. It is just west of the tornado warning that is being issued by the National Weather Service. And this, it looks like this severe weather warning might drop. It might expire soon. What time is it going to expire?
The severe thunderstorm?
Yeah, the one over in Kensington. 10:15. So this severe weather warning will drop around 10:15, but they might push another warning back into place if it does show conditions that are favorable of hail, severe winds of 60 miles per hour, or if there is a tornado. Those are the conditions needed for a severe thunderstorm warning, and it looks like it will be a hail threat with this one, and possibly even some wind. So you can kind of see a little bit of bending here, but it's kind of hard to indicate with this.
Do you want to see if the SRV and CC are on?
Yeah, let's try SRV. Let's try CC. Yeah. All right. So are you able to? Yeah. So let's see. Yep, we've been. Yeah. So currently we do not see any CC, but we do see radars. Hail spikes. So these it could be radar. It could be a radar malfunction, but generally, if you see these spikes, it could indicate
Could you be
hail.
more specific
Yeah.
about what that spike is?
So this spike over here, it could just be the radar, but there is a possibility that that spike in the radar could be indicative of hail. So further up, the radar is coming down, it interacts with that hail and it causes hail spikes. So that could be a indicator of hail with the system, or it could just mean that the loop is not perfect and there's a bit of a lag, and that could be it. So just be aware of this. So currently, just to reaffirm and reestablish, Lafayette, Dalton, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. Take shelter immediately. A tornado has been radar indicated. It has not been observed as of yet, and it's going to be hard for us to tell because there is no drop in the correlation coefficient. Basically, this indicates, is there a tornadic signature? Is there debris? Is there anything like that that can impact your viewing on the radar that gives us an indicator that it's there, just in case we do not have eyes on the system. So currently it is not observed quite yet. That does not mean it can't be observed though. This system could tighten. It could form into a tornado that drops down, that impacts Lafayette, Dalton, and any of the surrounding cities inside of it. So, can you zoom in just so we can get?
Do you still want CC?
Can you go to the just go to the reflectivity?
I can also bring up radar reflectivity. This is just the regular radar.
Zoom in some more, just see if we can get some more cities.
Is that okay?
Yeah, this is fine. So Lafayette, Villanelle, Dalton. This could even extend up into Tunnel Hill to Rock Springs over here, Rock Springs. And so these areas, even though you are not in the tornado warning, it does not.
Another tornado warning.
Oh, another warning just dropped. So, like I was saying earlier, this system from Alabama moving over into Georgia can bring some devastating weather and tornadoes. Currently, over in over here. Okay, there you go. So can you zoom in over here?
Is this okay?
Yep. So Walnut Grove, Treon, Somerville, you are currently in a tornado warning. This means that you need to get to your shelter immediately. This means that a tornado has been indicated on radar or it has been observed. So get to your closest shelter.
The counties that are included in this tornado warning include
Chattooga,
Dade,
Dade or Dave? Dade County, and where else?
Walker.
So Walker, Dade, and Chattooga County?
It's Chattooga.
Chattooga County, Dade County, and what was it?
Walker.
Walker County. You guys are currently in a tornado warning. And this is actually, you can actually see it over here, and it's actually kind of merging into these, this previous tornado warning we were looking at before, the one over here in Lafayette. So we have two possible tornadic signatures. They are currently radar indicated. We do not know if they are on the ground quite yet. So can you zoom out? Yep. So this is carrying over from here, from that Scottsboro area we were talking about before. It is bringing all of that supercell development, all of those tornadic developments. It's bringing all of that rain, wind, hail. It is bringing it right over the Alabama border. So any area on the Alabama border, especially in the northwest part of Georgia, you guys need to be very aware that this could get serious for you at any point in time. So areas over here, Somerville, Lafayette, Dalton, you guys need to keep in your shelters. You are currently under a tornado warning. Is it currently radar indicated, or has it been observed?
I believe it is radar indicated. Yes, it's radar indicated. It's until 10:45.
10:45? Both of them?
I believe so.
Okay. What is the hail?
Hail is 1 inch.
Okay, so the hail is currently 1 inch on the radar that has been indicated. So this means that there could be hail with this system. Over here, you can see these kind of purplish pink areas on the reflectivity of the radar. This could be indicative of either heavy rain or it could be hail. So if it is that hail that is falling onto the ground, this hail could damage property. This hail could cause problems with cars. It could cause problems with windows, depending on the wind. And it is wise, if you have cars out here, to bring them inside into a garage if you have them, just to be on the safe side. But right now, do not leave your storm shelter. We are currently still under a tornado warning. It has not been dropped. And you also have that severe thunderstorm warning that is layered just on top of them over here. So a severe thunderstorm warning is when you have hail or 60-mile-per-hour winds, or you have a possibility for a tornado. So this does kind of indicate that there is a chance of tornadic development that will form over here in Lafayette, especially over here in Somerville, because there was an observed tornado over in Alabama. Right over here in Scottsboro, it has been observed. A tornado did touch down. So this means that the tornado could easily cross over into Somerville. So just keep an eye out on the weather. Keep an eye out on any tornado sirens you may hear, because tornado sirens are a great indicator that you are under the area of threat for this tornado. Even if it's radar indicated, you can still get hurt. This is not a very light situation to take. Do we currently only have those areas, or is there any other areas?
I believe that is all that we have right now. I can zoom out a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it that we have right now. It's
You
the
might.
northwest corner of.
Yeah. So over here, you can kind of see. Ooh.
Which way? Sorry.
Let's just like there we go. Let's just scoot over here. So over here, these are the warnings I was talking about earlier. These are moving over to the northeast side of Georgia. So Dalton, Kensington, Lafayette, Somerville, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. And this warning will be dropped at 10:45 in case that or a tornado does form. It could push the warning back. We do not know how long the warning will be in place for, but we do know for certain that these are dangerous conditions. Even if a tornado does not form, that does not mean that this situation should not be taken lightly. There is damaging winds that could be associated with this. There could be hail, heavy rains. There could be lightning that could be a problem. There could be damages to property. There could be problems with flooding. So just take all of this and then be very weather aware because this could easily drop into an observed tornado. If you are in these counties and you are in these cities that do have this tornado warning, you need to get to the nearest shelter that you have. That is either in a closet in the middle of your house, away from the exterior walls of your house. You need to be either underground and you need to block your head. A lot of people tend to go into bathrooms. Bathrooms are good, just make sure you do not have any windows. Windows are a main threat to your body as the glass could shatter and then it could cause cuts, could even cause abrasions. So just make sure you are away from glass, away from any windows, and as far away from the exterior walls of your house as you can. Yep.
Mason, Jacob is saying that Dalton could have a pretty serious situation on their hands pretty soon. So
Dalton?
We can zoom in a little
Yep.
bit to Dalton.
Yep, over here.
Look back at another, SRD, CC.
Yep. Try the storm relative velocity. I'm curious if we're able to see it now. Oh.
Maybe it will.
Maybe. We might not be able to. Oh.
Maybe it's not going to work.
There's that's correlation coefficient.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hard time. There.
Okay, so we are getting intel that Dalton County, you guys might be under a more severe risk with this tornado warning. This means that a tornado could drop in this general area. The tornado warning, as we know, is only radar indicated. But with Dalton County and just this general area over here, you easily could get tornadic development. You could have hail, you could have severe winds, you could have severe rain, lightning, you could have flooding. All of these are damages that could be done with this system. So make sure you guys stay in your shelters. Do not go outside. Do not try to observe this storm. Even if it does sound intense, make sure you guys stay away from the exteriors of your house. Make sure you stay away from any windows. Make sure you stay away from doors, even that lead to the outside of your house. Even the garage, if you have one, don't go into your garage either because that could be a great place to get hurt with all of those damaging tools. So over here in Dalton, you can see here that there is some heavy rain. This red is indicative of heavy precipitation on the reflectivity. So you are getting over here in Dalton, just to the west of Dalton, just about to hit. You are getting damaging winds. You are getting damaging rain even because this rain is going to be heavy. It is very heavy. And this area of pink is actually either extremely heavy rain or it could be hail. And if that hail does hit anything, it could cause property damage. Even if it's half an inch, it can still cause damage depending on how fast it's falling and how big it is. So make sure you guys stay in your house. Make sure you guys get inside if you are outside. Make sure you take shelter immediately, especially over here in Dalton. Over in Lafayette, the storm just passed you over in Lafayette, but that does not mean you guys can leave your shelters. There could be another event that could come through, another storm that's being blown in through from Alabama.
And it's even without that tornado warning.
Yeah.
There's still strong winds associated with it.
Yeah.
The rain might lighten up for a little bit, but that doesn't mean that there's not more coming your way. So if you want to take a moment and take a breath, do so, but that does not mean you should,
Okay.
let
Yeah.
their guard down. Yeah.
Just in case you guys did not hear this, do not, if once this system passes, you guys can take a breath, you guys can take a breather, but make sure you guys do.
The tornado for Chattooga, Dade, and Walker, so this southern
This one?
is observed.
This tornado is observed. So everyone in this tornado warning, you guys need to take shelter immediately. This tornado has been observed. It has touched down. It has been seen on cameras. So Walnut Grove, Treon, Somerville, Menlo, you guys need to take shelter immediately. Hawkins, Tologa, Chelsea, you guys need to take shelter immediately. A tornado has been confirmed to have touched down. This can cause serious damage to housing and property. This can cause projectiles, so make sure you guys protect your heads. Make sure you guys get down. Make sure you guys are away from any windows or exterior facings of your house. Make sure you guys are safe and make sure you have a radio that has batteries and just to be weather aware. Because this tornado, it looks like it could move through fast. And so this is a very fast moving system. This could easily cause damage, especially if there's a lot of fast winds with this tornado. We do not know for sure what category it is. We won't know until later. But this tornado is not something you should be taking lightly. Make sure you guys get to your shelters. Go to a closet. Go to a bathroom. Go to any place that does not have access to the outside.
Do you want some more information on this?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it was confirmed, so it's observed.
Yes.
It is on the ground.
It is on the ground, indeed.
It is located over Mentone, so...
Mentone. Okay, so where's Mentone at?
I'm not completely sure. Oh, there is that. No,
Menlo? This is Menlo.
That's Menlo. I don't know if Mentone is different from Menlo, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, but it has. If you are in the area of Mentone, that means
Okay.
it is over you right now, and then it is 13 miles northeast of Fort Payne, and is moving east at 30 miles per hour.
Okay. So this tornado has been confirmed over Mentone. If you guys are in the surrounding areas of Mentone, you guys are currently being hit by the tornado. And where's it? Where did you say it's heading towards?
It is 13 miles northeast of Fort Payne, and it's moving east at 30 miles per hour.
Okay, so 13 miles northeast of Fort Payne.
Yes.
It is 13 miles northeast of Fort Payne and is moving at 30 miles per hour. So this tornado is moving fast. So make sure you guys take shelter immediately. Do not go outside to observe the tornado. This could be extremely dangerous for you. Make sure you guys get underground if you have shelter. Make sure you guys stay away. Make sure you guys grab any battery operated radios just in case you guys do get hit and you guys do need to be able to get in contact with either the authorities or you need to get a radio just so you can hear it. Even if you do lose power, make sure you guys stay weather aware. Stay safe. This tornado does have the probability of bringing severe damage to anyone in Mitlow all the way up to Fort Payne. And this storm is moving northeast over here, as you can see. It is moving.
Oh, Mentone is in... Mentone, I found it. It's in
Where is it?
Alabama. Alabama, but yes.
You...
So, well, I mean, it says it is Mentone, so it's located over Mentone right now, so it's headed towards these cities.
Okay, so Mentone is in Alabama. So over here, you can see it over here. Mentone is over here in Alabama, but this does not mean that you guys can be. You guys can take a sigh of relief for now, but make sure you guys keep in your shelters because this storm is moving fast. It will easily cross over into the Georgia border, and this can easily impact the surrounding counties on the Georgia-Alabama border. Especially like over here, you have Cloudland, Menlo. Over here, you have all of these cities that could be hit by this tornado as it moves through. Make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys have water if you need it. Make sure you guys get into your shelters. Get a helmet if you can, because that's even better if you do have damage. What was that? Flashlights, yeah. Make sure you guys have flashlights. You guys could easily lose power if the tornado or even just branches hit the grid. You could lose power overall. And if you make sure you guys have flashlights, make sure you guys even have candles, lighters if you need them. Make sure you have a radio so you can get so you can listen in on the emergency services. And over here,
Trying to find Mentone again and disappear.
You might want to scoot out. There's Fort Payne, right there.
Fort Payne?
Yep, Fort Payne.
And I had Mentone on the screen just a second ago. I like to pop up the other one. Okay, Valley Head, Mentone is in
Okay.
that area.
Yep. So Valley Head, you guys are not in Georgia, but make sure you guys take care. You guys are currently under a tornado warning. So this means that a tornado is observed and it is on the ground and it could be heading towards you. Make sure you guys take precautions. Make sure you guys are cautious and aware. Make sure you guys are away from any windows and surroundings. Make sure you guys are confident in your tornado procedures, and those tornado procedures are as follows. Make sure you guys are away from any exterior walls, any exterior glass, even from windows. Make sure you guys are in a safe place. This could be either a closet, a bathroom with no windows, a basement if you have one, any interior structure of your house. Any interior structure of your house that is not connected to your outside walls, that is the best bet for you. And even if you guys are not being hit by this tornado, you still have damaging winds that could be associated with the system. You could have hail. You can see over here in Valley Head, you do have the possibility of hail. You have heavy rains. You have lightning. This rain is going to be constant. It's going to be continuing on for the next few hours. So there is a good chance you could have flash flooding, especially over here as we move over. There we go. Over here, once you move into like the areas of Walnut Grove, Treon, Menlo, Somerville, you guys are over the border. You guys are currently in the tornado warning. So this means that you guys could easily get hit. It's not certain right now that you guys will get hit, but this is a big enough risk that you guys could be hit. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys are in your shelters. And even if you guys do not hear the tornado, do not get out of your shelter until you have been cleared by the National Weather Service. You hear it on the radio, or the tornado warning has dropped.
Do you also want to talk about the tornado warning a little?
Yeah. So is it still observed? Is it still?
It's still radar indicated.
Okay.
It hasn't been updated to anything else, but
Yep.
just to reiterate for any new viewers.
Yeah, okay. So just to reiterate, we currently have two tornado warnings over here in Georgia, especially the northwest Georgia. Over here, just east of Lafayette, over in Dalton. Dalton especially, you guys are in a rather precarious, dangerous situation. You guys could have hail. You guys could have heavy rain. You could have lightning. You could have damaging winds. So this is something that could impact you. Make sure you guys are away from any windows just in case there is hail. Make sure you guys are ready to take shelter just in case this tornado warning does drop a tornado, because this system has dropped tornadoes before. We are seeing it down here at the Alabama-Georgia border. Over here in Hengar, over to Treon. This area does have an observed tornado. So I would not be surprised if there is a tornado up here in the north that does impact you. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Be cautious, because this system can bring damaging conditions to your areas. Can you tell me what these counties were, just in case so I can
Okay,
refer?
so the more southern and more western tornado warning is Chattooga,
Okay, Chattooga,
Dade,
and
Walker.
Walker County. You guys are currently in a tornado warning. And what about over here where Dalton is?
The other one is Catoosa,
So Catoosa County,
Murray,
County, and Walker County,
and Whitfield.
and Whitfield County. You guys are currently also under a tornado warning. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys are away from any windows. Make sure you guys get flashlights, helmets if you have them. Though helmets aren't necessary. It's more of if you have them, use them. They are a definite plus just in case this tornado does form on top of you. Especially over here in this area where we do have a confirmed tornado. If a confirmed tornado means that it is on the ground, a confirmed tornado is observed and has been indicated through iReports. It has been indicated through cameras. It has touched down. Whereas up here, it is only observed. It is not observed. It is radar indicated. Radar indicated means that it is not formed yet. If it's only in the air, if that's the case. It has not touched down. It is only just spinning, and that is indicated on the radar. But this could easily drop a tornado on you. So make sure you guys are weather aware and cautious. All right, can you pull up the storm relative velocity? I am curious if we are able to see that tornado over in Alabama, Georgia border. We might not be able to.
It's still not,
Yeah, we might not be able to. Yeah.
it's really just having a hard time.
Ooh.
Okay, so CC or?
Yeah, we can look at CC.
Okay.
Let's see. Actually, wait. This could be an indicator of a debris ball. So if you are looking at a radar and you're looking using correlation coefficient and you are seeing areas where you have suspiciously low correlation coefficients, like over here, this could be indicative of debris being lofted into the air. This is a good indicator of where the tornado is. So Walnut Grove, Treon, Somerville, Menlo, you guys are currently in the path of the tornado, especially over here in Walnut Grove, Treon, even Lafayette. This might extend north. Make sure you guys are in your shelters, and you need to make sure you are safe, and you need to make sure you are not outside. This tornado could barrel right through you guys. This could cause property damage. This could cause a loss of life. It is imperative you guys take shelter immediately. All right, so can you look at storm relative velocity again? We might be able to see it, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it might, yeah, because the radar, it's, yeah, it's,
There's Dalton and Somerville.
yeah, so can you move over?
Let's see if
Yeah, we are not currently seeing anything over here. This just could be due to the radar. We do not have access to the other radar. The other radar is currently down, so we are getting covered.
about where that radar is.
Yeah, it should be on the chat if you want to take a look at it. It'll tell you where. Just to reaffirm to anyone that has just joined into the stream, we currently have 2 active tornado warnings in effect. One is currently observed. This means that the tornado is touched down. This will cause property damage. This will cause a loss of life if you guys are not careful. So areas over here, just north of Rome, areas over here like in Somerville, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. The tornado has touched down. This area is in a threat of being hit by a tornado. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys know that this tornado will move through fast. It has been observed to be moving at 30 miles per hour northeast. And it was in Alabama, but it looks like it could have crossed over into Georgia.
I definitely think that.
Yeah, I definitely do believe that it has crossed over into Georgia. So this area over here, this over here, this is where the tornado would be. This is where we saw that drop in the correlation coefficient. Just north of Somerville, just to the west of Treon over here, just south of Lafayette. This is the areas where a tornado will hit, possibly. So make sure you guys be weather aware. Make sure you guys take your flashlights, your dogs, your kids, if you have any. Make sure you guys get to shelter immediately, because as tornado is barreling through, this could cause damage to property and damage to life as well. And over here in Villano, Dalton, you guys are not in the clear either. Even though the tornado has not been observed, that does not mean that it cannot drop a tornado on you at any moment, especially because the tornado here has been observed. This means it could easily carry over into the northeastern part of that county line. This means that the tornado could cross over and it could extend into Dalton. It could extend into Villano. It could extend into Lafayette. Make sure you guys are being weather aware, cautious. Make sure you guys pull up the any news stations you have, any emergency services. Make sure you have a way to contact those if you do need the emergency aid, because this could be dangerous, especially because we do not know the intensity and strength of the tornado as of yet. Regardless, tornadoes are dangerous. They can provide a loss to life. There also could be even a hail associated with the system. As over here, you can see that there are spots, areas of pink. Pink could be indicative of hail. And so this hail could also provide even more damage. So make sure you guys are out of the way of the tornado, just in case. All right, can you zoom out for me, please?
Yes. This more southerly tornado warning. We have a emergency management official from Murray County saying there's a live feed, and you can see the funnel on the live feed.
So the tornado has been observed. It is on live feeds. If you guys want, you guys can look online and see the funnel for yourself. Where is it currently at? The funnel.
That was just in from Murray County? I'm not exactly.
It is currently at Murray County. The funnel is near Murray County. This means that it has crossed over into the Georgia border. So just like we thought earlier, you guys over here, you guys are in risk. You, Somerville. Ooh.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can use a better.
Yeah, definitely.
A better radar.
Yeah. So over here, you guys, just over here, east of Fort Payne on the Georgia border, Somerville, Dalton, you guys are at a risk of a tornado. You guys up here near Dalton, you do not have a confirmed tornado yet. But over here in Somerville, you guys currently do have a tornado down. Over in Murray, you guys have a tornado funnel that has been observed and it is on camera. So make sure you guys are weather aware.
Another tornado warning has been issued. It's kind of in the same where Dalton is. Do you see?
Yep, over here. So we currently have another tornado warning that has just dropped over here in Dalton. So this, as you can see, you can kind of see the border here. So it has laid on top of it. So we currently, it has been extended. So this means that this tornado warning has been pushed out. So that means you guys are currently under dangerous conditions for longer. Has this tornado been observed, or is this radar indicated?
I believe it's radar indicated as well, but
Yeah, just be sure.
Yeah, it's radar.
Okay, can you zoom in over here, because this is the active tornado down here. Yep. So Somerville, south of Lafayette, even Lafayette. Make sure you guys are being aware. Can you zoom in just a bit more so I can see the cities? Ooh. Up there we go. Hawkins, Tologa, Welcome Hill, Walnut Grove, Treon, Chelsea, Pinville. You guys are currently under a threat for a tornado warning. You guys, there is a tornado that has touched down. This tornado can bring a loss of life. There is a funnel cloud that has touched the ground. So these areas are at the highest risk of getting hit by that tornado. And even north of this, because the system is traveling northeast at 30 miles per hour. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys have access to emergency services if you guys can get them after the storm has passed. Make sure you guys have helmets. Make sure you guys have flashlights, lighters, candles, because you might lose power. Yeah. Oh.
We're gonna try and use this one so we're a little bit of a shorter.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so. So just to reaffirm to anyone that has just joined, Dalton, Lafayette, you guys were currently under a tornado warning. It has not been observed, unlike Somerville, because Somerville, you guys have an active tornado moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. It has touched the ground. This could cause damage. This could cause windows to blow in. This could cause damage to any trees, limbs, depending on the situation, even cause damage to property, including the house. It could cause damage to cars. Make sure you guys are away from anything that could be seen as a projectile, just in case you guys are in the path of this tornado. This tornado can pick up stuff and loft it at you. This projectile damage could be serious to life. So make sure you guys are inside. Make sure you guys are not trying to observe this tornado. Make sure you guys are in your safe spot. All right. And make sure you guys have access to emergency services, such as radios, or you have a TV that is telling you what is going on. And if you guys do lose power, make sure you guys have a radio with a battery in it, just so you do have access to the emergency channels so you can get more live intel about this system. So over here, extending from Dalton to LJ, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. This tornado warning is indicative of a threat to life. Currently, it is only radar observed, but this does not mean it can't touch down. This system could tighten up. You could get a drop in the a dropping funnel cloud that could cause damage. But this system also could bring danger to you. You could have.
Sorry, I'm having a really hard time. That one is better, but I'm having a hard time using it, so we'll just go back to this one for now. Maybe I'll be able to use it later. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So Dalton over here, you guys do have a risk of a tornado, especially over here in Somerville, just south of Lafayette. You guys currently are under a tornado warning where the tornado has been issued. A tornado has been seen. There is a funnel cloud that has dropped down. So make sure you guys are taking care, being weather aware. Make sure you guys are protecting your heads. Make sure you're protecting your bodies. Make sure you bring everything that you can into your safe space.
just in case you need to keep it with you. This system can easily knock out power. This system can easily blow through windows possibly. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys are staying safe because this tornado is moving northeast at 30 miles per hour, and this tornado will blow through, and there is no current sign that it is being lifted at this current moment. All we know is that it's on the ground and it is moving northeast, and this could easily hit Lafayette. This easily could hit the areas of Dalton if the tornado stays on the ground for much longer. So make sure you guys are weather aware and make sure you guys are cautious and stay safe. Over here in Dalton, can you zoom in over here, especially in the new warning if you want? Yep. Can you zoom in over here? Yep. Ooh. Yeah, zoom in more. That's fine. So Keith's Mill, Chatsworth, Dalton, Phelps, you guys are currently in the tornado warning. Areas over here where you see the pink and the purple, this is indicative of either extreme rain or it could be hail. This hail could be a threat to cars. So make sure you guys are not outside because this could even damage you. And this is a dangerous condition. This is dangerous even if a tornado has not been observed in this area. So Dalton, Spring Place, Keith Mills. Can you move over to the other side just so I can see it? Yep, keep going. Ramhurst, Chatsworth, Hassler Mill, Tails Creek. You guys are currently at a risk for a tornado to form on top of you. There is also threats of wind, hail, rain. You also could have damaging winds that could blow through. You could have projectiles that could fly through. So make sure you guys are inside of your safe spot. Make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys have access to a flashlight or candle just in case you guys do lose power. Because even if you guys do not have a tornado, you guys could still lose power with the system. All right, let's go back to the other one. Ooh.
Sorry,
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Has the group chat said anything? Or the
No, Megan is just telling me there's tools we can use on Max to, be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently Walnut Grove, Treon, Somerville, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. Just in case you guys need to be caught up in the loop. You guys, there is a tornado that has actively touched down in this area over here. Yep, so it is moving at 30 miles per hour. So, yeah.
I guess that would be right.
I think you do it from the start of it and then move it out 30 miles per hour if you do really want to try with it. So this system is moving at 30 miles per hour. A tornado has been formed on the ground. Oh, wait, another one just dropped.
Another one.
Yep, another one just dropped. So Walnut Grove, Treon, it's moving over here. So this means that Calhoun and, can you zoom in so I can see the cities?
Yes.
Ooh. Yep. Just south of Villanau, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. Suttles Mill, Sablina, Everett Springs, Hill City, Sugar Valley, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. A tornado has been spotted on the ground. This tornado could bring devastation to your property. This could cause injuries. Make sure you guys are in your safe space. Make sure you guys are away from any exterior of your house. Make sure you have a flashlight.
The extended warning that they just dropped, it is no longer confirmed. It's radar indicated.
Whew, okay. So this area over here is radar indicated. So this means that the tornado has probably lifted off the ground. Just make sure you guys are still weather aware. Make sure you guys are safe. This tornado could touch down again. This tornado could tighten back up and form. So Suttles Mill, Sublinga, Everett Springs, Hill City, Sugar Valley, Pratersville, you guys are currently under a Resca and Calhoun. Resca over here and Calhoun. You guys are currently under a threat of a tornado warning. This tornado warning is currently observed by the National Weather Service. So this, not observed, this is radar indicated. So this means that you do have rotation aloft. So that does not mean that you guys are out of the clear. This tornado could drop down again. This could be observed. This tornado could cause damages to life, to property. Even if it's above ground, it does not mean it can form and fall again. So make sure you guys are in your shelters. Stay safe. What is the hail and how long is it?
Hail is
for?
less than 3/4 of an inch, and it's till 11:30. If you would like to take a break, I can go back up there.
That's fine. So the hail is less than 3/4 of an inch. You guys are currently at. This is being issued until 11:30. This is going to be a pretty decently long system. So make sure you guys are in your safe spot just in case. Do you want to switch over now?
Is that, yeah, we can switch
Yeah.
over. There's another tornado warning.
Oh, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out.
No, it's in the same area. You see
Oh,
how
oh,
there's
yep, that's it. Okay, so in that area of Somerville, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. Has it been observed, or is it?
It's also radar indicated.
Okay.
Also hail the same size.
3/4 inch. So we have 3/4 inch hail just north of Somersville. You can see it here that there is another tornado warning that has been issued. This is radar indicated, so this means that the tornado has not touched down yet, but this does not mean that it can't touch down. This could still cause serious damage to anybody in the path. So, can you zoom in? Ooh.
One of the 3 of these, I believe it's this. Let me see if I can get the pointer.
Oh yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah, yeah.
This one, you see this one right here?
Yep.
I believe this one has been expired, but these other two are.
Okay, so
Actually,
this.
sorry, excuse me, it's this.
So this. All right.
You see how it like goes up here a little bit past one?
Yep. So this one has expired, but these two currently have been issued. These are relatively new. This one will extend until 11:30. This one also will probably extend until 11:30.
Yes, those two.
Yep. So this is a serious predicament for you guys. Even though a tornado has not touched down, you guys are still under serious storm conditions. You could get hail. You could get lightning. You could get heavy rain. You could get flash floods if you guys are near a creek. You guys could get projectile damage. You guys could get a assortment of damages. So make sure you guys are in a safe spot. Make sure, even though the tornado has not touched down, it does not mean it won't touch down on you now. It has any other drops?
I don't believe.
All right, can you zoom out just so we can show it off?
Yes. I can. Do you want to switch real quick?
Yeah, I'll just do a brief overview before we switch. Yep. So zoom out for me, please.
Yes.
All right. So over here in the northwest side of Georgia, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. So over here, Dalton, just east of it, you guys are under a tornado warning. Over here in Somerville, Calhoun, you guys are under a tornado warning. This means that you have conditions that are favorable for tornado development. They are currently the ones that we are seeing. They are only radar indicated, but this does not mean they could tighten up and form into a funnel cloud that can cause risk to life, property, and anything that you guys honestly hold dear. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys have protection just in case you guys do get hit by damaging winds or tornadoes. And we can switch it out if you want.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna.
Yep. Yep. We're gonna take a few minutes to break. We're going to switch out, and my other representative will also help you guys out with this situation.
Yeah, we'll be very.
Yep. We'll be very quick, just to be sure. All right.
If you just. No, it's on your back pocket.
Oop, 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 oop.
If you just pull it.
All right. Okay, I'll What was that for?
There, it's unclipped.
Alright. So do you want to know about that?
Yeah.
Where's
could you hold
Houston
this
Valley Road? Yeah, we have to. Here, do you want me to like talk to them now about
Yeah,
it?
you can.
Okay, so hello guys, I am currently wanting to issue that we have reports of numerous trees and power lines down on Houston Valley Road to the south of Ringgold, making the road impassable. So that means there is a
chance for damaging limbs to impact your guys' house, make sure you guys are weather aware. We are about to switch over. Do you want me to zoom out, or do you want to focus on anything in particular?
We can just do an overview really quick, and then we'll go from there. All right, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay,
Sure.
perfect. All right.
Wait. No, you're good. I just accidentally zoomed out.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're good.
All right, everybody. My name is Emily Kirk. I'm very small. Okay, let me see if I can fix that really quick. Still really small. Mason is much taller than I am, and we're the only two people right now, but that's okay.
I am very much taller than her, so I am so sorry about that, y'all.
Sorry, I'm trying to make this quick so we can get along with the, okay.
All right.
So a little bit further up, maybe.
There we are.
All right, my shirt is not tucked in all the way. Sorry about that. Okay, this should be decent enough. I'm a little bit small. I'm sorry about that. But that's not the point of this stream. The point of the stream is to highlight these 3 tornado warnings we currently have right now in northwest Georgia. So we have this one coming through. It's a part of this system right here coming in through Alabama and into northwest Georgia. We have Summerville, a little bit north of Summerville, getting the most of it right now. We have this tornado warning as well. It is, just right on the edge of Calhoun here, and it is really just impacting up here. And then we have this one right here, Dalton. It's about to hit LJ as well. So we have these 3 tornado warnings. They are all radar indicated, if I am not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay. So they're all radar indicated right now. So that means that there is a rotation in the air, but that does not necessarily mean that there's a tornado on the ground. We are waiting to see if we can see an observed tornado from any of these 3 tornadoes. There was an observed tornado for sure on the ground just a while ago. Now it is around 10:45 right now. What is the exact time?
It is currently 10:48.
10:48 right now. So all of these tornado warnings, I believe, go until 11:30. This one may go until 10:45. They may have extended it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but until 11:30, if you are in these areas, if you're in, I believe it was Walker County, I believe it was, there was
It is
Chattooga, Floyd, Gordon, Walker.
Chattooga, Walker, and that is, yeah, and Whitfield. You guys are
And Whitfield. All of those counties, you are all under a tornado warning right now. That means that you need to be in your safe space as soon as possible, if not already. You should be there already, but if by chance you're not, you need to get there as soon as you can. You want to make sure you have the dogs, the cats, the babies, grandma and grandpa, all downstairs in your basement, all downstairs on the lowest level of your floor, wherever you can get to make sure you are as safe as you can be from these storms. Now, we're just watching all of them as they move through and into Georgia right now. We're expecting them to, kind of die off as they get further into Georgia, into the southern part of Georgia, but there is just a lot of energy for these storms to feed off of right now. Now I want to take a look at, could you maybe zoom in to this one that's above Summerville?
Do you also want to take a look at storm relative velocity and correlation coefficient?
In just a second, I want to talk about that pink spot.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, so if you are just joining us, or, I might sound like a broken record by now if you have been watching for a while, this pink area right here, that is either indicative, of either excessive rain or that is hail. So we're not exactly sure based on just the radar itself, but this is just indicative of a really strong storm coming through right off of Alabama's, not coast, that's not what I want to say, border, off of Alabama's border into Georgia. That is a very strong storm right there.
So we just got intel from the National Weather Service in Peachtree City. So the storm over Whitfield and Murray counties, they're canceling the active tornado warning and issuing a severe thunderstorm warning with it.
All right, so that could you zoom out a little bit?
Yep.
I believe is this the one they're talking about here?
Or
is
right
that
here, right here.
Yeah, okay. So that means that they're canceling this tornado warning right here, which will go away soon once our computer catches up, but we are going to have this tornado warning canceled and a severe thunderstorm warning take place of that tornado warning. So that means that this tornado warning, there's no more, they're not seeing any rotation in the atmosphere. They're not seeing the conditions they were seeing to develop a tornado, but they are still seeing a really strong storm come through the area. So this doesn't mean you let your guard down. This means maybe you can take a little bit of a breath, but that does not mean that you go to bed and you stop paying attention. This just means that for a second you can take a breather and you can watch the storm, you can stay weather aware, because you see all of that come through. Just because the tornado warning isn't there does not mean this isn't a strong system. It can still bring damaging winds, it can still bring hail, so you still want to make sure you are paying attention to that. But for now, we can have a little bit of relief for a few minutes. Now, they are going to continue to watch this to see if it tightens back up, if the rotation comes back, but for now, we are good. So we can still pay attention to these tornado warnings a little bit more. Our attention doesn't have to be so divided. Mason, if you could take me to the SRV now.
Yeah, I can do that. So the storm
Thank you.
velocity.
Yes.
All right, let me swing on over. You guys might not be able, we might be able to see it
Maybe.
actually. Maybe. So right around here. Ooh. Come on.
We have been having problems with this all night, which,
There.
you know, there is a radar out in Alabama that is, it gives us a better view of storms in northwest Georgia, and we're having a hard time with that because it's out right now. So we're doing the best we can, but yeah, I can kind of maybe see a little. It's
hard to do that because it keeps jumping between the.
Yeah.
There we go. I can just probably do it out.
Yeah, that's as best as we're gonna get, I think.
So you can actually
Yeah, you can see
right
that.
around here. So
That green and red right there.
So that green and red where it dips down like that,
Yeah.
that means you do have a lot of wind that's pushing down.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean that there's rotation. That could be showing a very strong wind system with this. So this could easily show the damaging winds that could be occurring with this.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't hear Mason, so we see this green and red mix right here, right on the edge of the Alabama-Georgia border. My hand was in the way, but if you see it now, right there. So that can be indicative of rotation, but not necessarily all the time. It could just be some strong winds associated with the system. But that is something that we definitely look towards to see if maybe a tornado is going to develop there. So if you want to look at correlation coefficient as well, maybe here's something. And I can show you.
We can try.
Yeah, there's these tools. If you want to say, look at this point, I've been using that pointer tool, this one.
Okay.
That gives the arrow if
Okay,
you want to
so
use
let's
that. But
try
get back to this tool that you're using, you got to click this again. So.
No. Yeah. It doesn't look like there's any indicators of. Oh wait, another one. I think another one just dropped
Another tornado warning.
to Calhoun. Do you see over here? It's touching Calhoun now.
Oh, over here.
Wait, it looks like there's 3 now.
I
See
do.
it?
Yeah, I kind of see the
Here,
two.
let me
Okay,
put it
so
up.
you see
So
this
you have
line.
like right here.
Yeah, this line
Yeah,
right
line.
here. This line right here, and then this
Yeah,
line.
So we do have currently just south of Villanelle. We do have a tornado warning.
Mm-hmm. So we have 3 tornado warnings in effect right now, all right on top of each other, basically. But that does not mean that, like if you're not exactly in these areas, don't pay attention. These can move straight towards you, but if you are in these areas, Walnut Grove, Tryon, Somerville, we have Sugar Valley over here, right south of Villanelle. Villanelle, just because you're not exactly in this warning does not mean you should not pay attention. We should be paying attention, all of us, even there south, Menlo, just make sure we are aware. We're in our basements, we're in our lower levels of our home, and we are paying attention. Hopefully you still have power and you're able to see either us or another stream of any kind, the TV, or you have your radio with you, just to make sure that you are staying up to date with these storms. Now, as you are in these safe spaces, you want to make sure that you're staying there until these warnings expire and the threat is out of your area. Just because it sounds a little better doesn't mean you should go out there and look. Just stay for the few extra minutes that it is until these warnings expire. Now it is around 10:55 right now. Do you have the exact time?
It is currently 10:55.
Oh, okay, so it's exactly 10:55 right now. And these tornado warnings, I know two of them, I believe it's this one and this one down here, are they're expected to be in effect until. That'd be perfect. We might be able to see a little better. Yeah.
That'd be better. So here you guys are. You guys might be able to better see the lines.
They're kind of this one and this one back here
They're
definitely overlapping. Just to make sure that they get everybody in the area. So you want to make sure that you are. I don't remember what I was saying actually, but that's okay. We're gonna move on a little bit. Can you zoom out just a little bit more so I can get a view of.
Do you want to talk about the stuff over in Alabama?
I'm going to talk about the severe thunderstorm warning really quick again. I touched on that a little bit ago, just to make sure that we're still paying attention to this right here. We have this big. Can you zoom out?
I'm trying to zoom out so you can see these cities.
Perfect. That's right there. That's perfect. And you see this big, all of this color right here, indicative of more heavy rain coming into the area. So you're still, if you're in this area right here, LJ, Chatsworth, these areas. Could you look up some of the counties that are included in this severe thunderstorm warning?
It might just be a push off to what it was before, but this is
Well, I know LJ is.
Floyd, Gordon, Walker, and Whitfield.
All right, so Chattooga, Floyd, Gordon,
Walker,
and Whitfield. So a few of those names we've mentioned before, but just to make sure, and if anybody's coming in new, that you are in a severe thunderstorm warning, and you should still be paying attention. Just because it's a severe thunderstorm warning does not mean it can't be dangerous. Damaging straight line winds, hail, lightning, all of those things impose a threat on your safety. So just pay attention to that. Now we can take a zoom out and we can kind of look at these tornado warnings.
Do you want to look at these tornado warnings over here in Alabama?
This is actually a perfect right here. So Fort Payne, Cedar Bluff, I believe this was kind of a Mentone area. All of these in Alabama, we are seeing reports of observed tornadoes. Either, they were a little bit ago, they're right now, but for sure there was a tornado on the ground. So these systems are producing tornadoes, and as they move through and into Georgia, we're going to make sure we're paying attention to those. That's what's happening right now as it moves from this Mentone area as it was into the Summerville area. We're really paying attention to how that develops and moves across the state line. We're gonna. Do you have
this at 10:51 in Cherokee County, just at Valley Head over here, in just north of Fort Payne? That tornado is observed. Okay,
so this was at 10:51. There was a tornado that was observed north of Fort Payne in Alabama. So we had. I don't know if it's still on the ground.
Yeah,
but
it's saying tornado warning is currently in effect for the storm. It is in Cherokee County, Alabama, which is moving eastward towards Floyd and southern Chattooga counties.
Okay, so if you didn't hear that, it was an observed tornado. It still is an observed tornado. It is on the ground right now. It is moving east, 30 miles per hour, which is decently fast, and it is moving toward the counties of Floyd and the southern part of Chattooga. Sorry, the more I say it, the harder it gets. Chattooga County. So those two counties, if you're in those counties, those are ringing a bell. I live there. I have a family member that lives there. You want to make sure that you are paying attention, because this system that is moving towards you has produced a tornado. It might lift a little bit, but it can come right back down as soon as it lifts. So just make sure you're extra paying attention here. If you're not in your safe space yet, make sure you are. Make sure we're in our basements. We're in our most interior spot of your house, away from windows, away from exterior walls. Make sure you have some way to get alerts, some way to keep up with the weather as we continue to see this system that, I guess these tornado warnings just expired. But just because those tornado warnings expired does not mean that it got less intense. It just moved out of that area. So now those tornado warnings that were there, that system is fully in Georgia right now. So we could be seeing effects from that right now. So you really want to make sure that you're paying attention right here. We see this pink right here. Like I've said, that means excessive rain or hail. That is just indicative of a really strong storm. We just have a very, very strong storm all throughout here in North Georgia. So I want to take a look at can we maybe zoom in on the Cedar Bluff
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit?
I just looked at the radar scope. It is radar indicated with hail of 1.75 inches, so
Okay.
1.75, and
That's the biggest that we've talked about all night at least.
oh yeah, it is it's moving east at 45 miles per hour. It is the hazard with this system is tornado and golf ball sized hail.
Okay, so that was for Cedar Bluff.
Yep, this is for
Okay.
Cedar Bluff. This could move over into Rome, Somerville, so you might want to talk about that.
All right, so if you didn't hear Mason, we have a tornado warning here in Cedar Bluff, Alabama. Now that is an observed tornado as well. Now it has properties that are stronger than we've been talking about.
It's radar indicated, it's not observed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's radar
Excuse me.
indicated.
It's
Yeah.
radar indicated, it's not observed. That is very different. A radar indicated storm is a little less scary, but it does not mean that we should take it any less lightly. So it is a radar indicated storm here it's moving at 45 miles per hour, which is higher than the 30 miles per hour we've been talking about. It has predicted hail sizes up to 1.75 inches. So that's 1.75 inches. Now that's the biggest we've talked about so far. And like I said a little bit earlier in the stream, it was a while ago, but so if you're new, just because it's kind of smaller and it's not baseball-sized hail doesn't mean that it can't cause damage. The right hit to the head, it can really do a lot, and it will do a lot of damage to your cars. It'll do a lot of damage to your home. So you just want to make sure that we're inside. Now, could we zoom back out?
Yeah. Where do you want to see?
Just take us. Yeah, that's pretty
fine?
good. Yeah, that's good. Do we have anything else from the chat or from GroupMe?
I'm not seeing anything currently.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything currently. I'm checking. Okay, so the secondary tornado warning over Chattooga, Walker, Floyd, and Gordon was supposed to be an update to the previous tornado warning.
All right,
There's
so
not a new one.
okay, so it's just continued.
Yeah.
And is it extended further, or was it
It's
just?
being extended further out.
Okay,
so it's
so-
moving further east.
Is it this one right here?
Yes.
Okay, so these two that we were talking about, we're saying, oh, they are overlapped. It's supposed to be an extension of this one back here. So, you know, if you're along I-75 right here, you want to make sure that you are getting to your safe space as soon as possible. If you want to maybe zoom in a little more so I can see those cities again, just really call them out again for anybody.
There you go.
Okay, so we have, again, south of Villanelle, we have Suttles Mill, Sublina, we have Oakton, Walnut Grove, as well as, excuse me, sorry,
I feel you.
Hawkins, Tryon, Pennville, Sugar Valley. So we have those. If you're in those cities, you really want to make sure that you know your alarm bells are ringing as I'm saying these cities, and you're like, oh, I live there. I have family that lives there. I have a friend that lives there. If you have family or friends that live there, call them. Make sure that they're getting to their safe space. Text them. Just make sure that you are keeping them up to date as well, because they might not be paying attention, but you are, and that could save your loved ones from either falling trees. Even if these systems don't produce any tornadoes, that does not mean they're not dangerous.
The FFC canceled the tornado warning for Chattooga, Floyd, Gordon, and Walker, and Whitfield. So that tornado warning might be dropped.
Could you zoom out a little bit?
Yep. So
This one right here?
Dropped. Yeah. See, one of them dropped.
Oh, okay. It was this one back here. We were talking about that third one. All right. So that one is now gone. So if you were in those areas, I believe there was Chattooga, Whitfield. Now these counties seem to be pretty big. So just because some parts of the county are out of the warning does not mean all of it is. And they are trying to make sure that.
Wait, down here. It moved
Oh,
down.
there it is. So remember that Cedar Bluff one we were talking about, the Cedar Bluff tornado warning that was in Alabama. It has now been extended into Georgia. So that big city here, Rome, and any cities west of Rome, you want to make sure that you're paying attention now. you are starting to take cover. You are gathering all those supplies that you had ready, and you are making your way to your safe space. Again, a safe space is your basement if you have one, and if not, it is the lowest level of your home, the most interior room of your home. Bathrooms, closets, anything that will keep you away from windows and exterior walls. That's what you need to be most focused on right now. You're getting the kids if they're asleep, you're getting the cats, you're getting the dogs, you're getting anybody who is in your house, you're getting them to those lower levels as soon as you can. This is radar indicated still?
Yes, this is radar.
All right, so this is a radar indicated tornado. That does not mean you should not take it seriously.
It is, do you want the details on
Yeah, can you give me counties and everything?
So this is, it's located over Chestnut Bay Resort or near Cedar Bluff, moving east at 30 miles per hour. It is less than 0.75 inches or 3/4 inch. And it is for Chattooga and Floyd. And it is active until 11:45.
All right, so if you couldn't hear that, the most important things I would take away from that is this tornado warning is for the counties of Chattooga and Floyd counties. So if you're in those counties, you want to make sure you're taking cover as soon as you can. It is moving east at 30 miles per hour. So if you remember earlier, I was talking about it. It was a little bit faster. So now it's moving slower. So it might give you a little bit more time. That doesn't make it not dangerous. It just gives you maybe a little bit more time to get to your safe space. Still move with definitely a little bit of, with a lot of importance. This is a very important and dangerous situation you could be in. It was, what was the hail?
It was 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch.
3/4 of an inch for that hail threat as well. So we're taking a look at this new tornado warning that was just issued. It's in effect until 11:45 p.m. tonight. So, these overnight situations are pretty dangerous. People are asleep, people aren't paying attention to their phones, they're not on the TV anymore. So if you are awake and you know any of these people, we have Sprite, Holland, Orberg, Radio Springs, Rome, Melson, and if you are watching from Alabama, Farrell as well. If these cities ring a bell for you, no matter whether you live there or not, you want to make sure that you're telling these people that you do know, if you don't live there, to make sure they are seeking shelter immediately, as soon as they can. If they're not answering their phones, call them and call them and call them and try to get a hold of them so that they know to get down to their safe space as soon as possible. Could you zoom out a little bit so you can still...
And could you loop it?
Yeah, could you loop it?
Yep, there you go.
And then could you zoom out a little bit more so I can see the other two as well, because I want to make sure we're still paying attention to those.
Yep, so there's still that severe thunderstorm warning, and then there's those two
tornado warnings. Okay, could you use the radar reflectivity? That's the one I was trying to use earlier when you were on the stream. And as this one gets closer to Atlanta, maybe we'll be able to see this storm system in a different situation.
Do you want me to try to do it like this, or do you want me to try to use like relative velocity? I liked this one. Just kind of refresh it. There, yeah. It only works if you aren't super zoomed into it. So zoom in a little bit. There you go.
That's perfect. That's great. Okay, so it's working a little bit better now. We can see kind of the shape of these systems as they move through. And we have this big system, like we said, moving through, coming into the Rome area and any cities west of Rome. That's really where we are worried about right now. Those counties were Floyd and Chattooga. We still have these two tornado warnings a little bit north of Rome and south of Lafayette. So if you're in these areas as well, I believe that was Walker, Whitfield. I'm not sure if those are still in these warnings, but if you're in those areas, if you're in those counties that surround those counties, that is definitely something you want to keep an eye out for. And then we still have the severe thunderstorm warning. Those two
you were looking at, they're issued until 11:30.
These are issued until 11:30, so I believe it's around 11:05 right now. So we have about 25 minutes left of this warning being effective. Being in effect.
All 11:30.
All
including that severe thunderstorm warning. They're all 11:30.
Okay, so these three warnings up in the more northern part of North Georgia. These are until 11:30, so we have about 25 minutes left on those. And then this tornado warning a little bit more south, it's really hitting Rome right there. That's really where I'm focusing on, and those cities west of Rome. This warning goes until 11:45. So we're just going to stay vigilant until then. I believe it's around 11:10 now, so maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes for these warnings. So I'm going to stay here, and we're going to take you through these until they expire for sure. Any other reports of damage or anything?
No damage currently. It was just that 11:04 they issued that tornado warning we talked about in Floyd and Chattooga.
Okay.
It is pretty much like penny-sized hail, so 0.75 inches.
Penny-sized hail. So.
Yeah.
So this one is accompanied. Most are accompanied if there is hail with penny-sized hail. So that's about that big right there. So just because it's not huge doesn't mean it's not dangerous, like I've said before. Now I want to remind you guys of what a tornado warning versus a watch means, and what a severe thunderstorm warning means versus a tornado warning, because it can be a little bit confusing if you're not super familiar with it. So a tornado warning, there is an active rotation either in the air or on the ground, and you should be taking shelter immediately. If there's a tornado watch, that means right now in your area, the conditions in your area are conducive to create a tornado. So even if you get that tornado watch and it's sunny skies, that still means that you're getting either it's instability or if it's daytime heating. These things can help a tornado when that storm comes through later in the evening. And then a severe thunderstorm warning is just a very, it is a more than active thunderstorm, and it is producing very high winds. It can produce hail, and it's often accompanied with straight line winds, which can be just as damaging as tornadoes. And that is, straight line winds are something that we are often seeing here in North Georgia and Georgia in general, more than tornadoes for sure. So we are always keeping a lookout for that as well. And after the storm system moves through tonight, the crews will go out in the morning and they'll do they'll do those storm. No, I'm okay. I just needed a minute. They'll do those storm reports, that damage, and they will determine tornado or straight line wind. Can we take a look maybe at the CC and the storm relative velocity now and
we'll
see
take a
if...
look and see if they're conclusive. Alright, so I'll try to make it to where it won't bump out. Oh, no. I got it. Ooh.
That's pretty good. That's good enough.
Right there. Alright, so let's play it.
Yeah, and here it comes coming through. We have a few, that green and red mix is really what we're looking at there for either rotation or just some very strong winds. So we're still seeing that come through as we move through the evening.
Meg texted you, by the way.
I can look at it really quick and see if
here.
she's saying something important.
Yeah, she texted you 5 minutes ago, so you may want to go look and see what she said.
Get some water too. Oh, she just said I'm doing great. Thank you, Meg.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Meg. Miss you. Okay. Sorry. Let's go to correlation coefficient as well.
It's probably not going
to it's not going to show much, but the second that we stop.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah. Okay, that's a big area there.
Yeah, so that's a big area. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Could you tell me the counties that are included in that?
So tornado possible wind of 60 miles per hour, radar indicated, with hail of 3/4 of an inch or less. In Bartow, Chattooga, Floyd, Gordon, Murray until 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. So those counties again were Bartow, Chattooga.
Yep, it was Bartow, Chattooga,
Floyd, Gordon,
and Murray.
Murray.
Murray, yeah.
Murray. Okay, so if those counties include you or your family members, make sure we're paying attention to the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for those counties. When does it expire?
12.
All right, so that severe thunderstorm warning does expire at 12 a.m. tonight. So you want to make sure that we are paying attention to that as we move through the rest of this Tuesday evening. You can really see how it's going to move through here, and you see all those big, spouts of rain there. Those are really going to come through soon into these areas here. Hopefully lose a little bit of their energy, and maybe we'll be seeing less tornado warnings with these systems, but you just want to make sure that we are paying attention to those.
They updated that, the tornado warning.
This one?
Yeah, so they just updated those. So it canceled Chattooga and Floyd, and it continues on to Gordon, Walker, and Whitfield till 11:30. And till 11:30 and 11:14, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Sugar Valley, or 7 miles northwest of Calhoun, moving east at 30 miles per hour.
All right, so if I understand you correctly,
yeah, you can
this.
see it over here. You can see it just
Okay.
did.
All right, so this tornado warning is new, right here. I'm understanding that this tornado warning has expired.
I do not. I think that one's still there.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's the one behind it. Like
This one back here?
Tree on the one over there. Tree on.
Okay. All right, so we believe, if we're reading it correctly, we've
Let
been.
me show you. So like this, I believe. So. Okay, so let me just see if I can pointer. So pointer. So right along here.
All right, that one right
you
there.
have this. This one was the old one, but then you have this area right here.
Oh, this is
That's
the new
new.
one. Okay.
That's new.
Okay.
And then you have, this is that severe thunderstorm warning that she was covering earlier. It moves all the way to the Alabama border, into Rome, and just east of Gaysville, or Galesville, yeah. So right around here, this is the area of interest right now.
Yes. Okay. So in case you didn't hear, I'll do a little brief summary here. So this very long, elongated tornado warning is the one that is new. So, and this one, I believe, is the one that is expired. So we're just, we're checking this one right here. We're tracking it. It's much more elongated and more, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess centralized to a, very skinny, more skinny at least, part. But it does encapsulate quite a few miles there. So we were just going to track that for a while. We see this pink as well, very, as I've said many times throughout this stream now, it's indicative of heavy rain and heavy storm, or very strong storms. So we're keeping an eye out on that. We're still keeping an eye out on this tornado warning down here as well, with Rome inside of it. So could you zoom out so we can see that one all the way, and then zoom back in a little bit so we can see all of them,
So
and then yes, perfect, that's great.
Do you want me to pause it so you can see it, or?
Yeah, if you want to pause it really quick when it, could you pause it when it's at the last part of its run?
Right there.
Perfect. Okay, so around 11:15, we have this tornado warning right here encapsulating Rome. This very strong bit of heavy rain here. This is a very strong thunderstorm right now, and it has enough rotation that it could produce a tornado at any moment. So we really are paying attention to this right here, as well as these tornado warnings up here, Calhoun, a little bit more east of Somerville. These tornado warnings we are watching as well. This is just very strong storm right here. Very strong rain, lots of lightning. I've seen reports of, big lightning storms throughout these storms right now. Hail as well, and very damaging winds. And the most important part is that all of these can produce tornadoes. So we really are just trying to keep a lookout on these, seeing, we're watching other radars as well as we look that are a little bit more indicative of maybe a tornado forming. So we're keeping an eye on that. And then this severe thunderstorm warning encapsulating basically the whole area of all of these tornado warnings. So we're trying to keep a lookout for that.
Do you want to switch over? Or are you good now?
I'm okay for a little bit longer. I'll go until the 11:30 ones expire, and then we can switch out if you want.
The tornado warning to the north of Calhoun and Sugar Valley will be canceled shortly.
Okay. Do you want to unpause it so we can see it move through some more? Maybe it will have updated a little bit.
Calhoun and Sugar Valley.
All right, so this one right here looks like it'll be it will be expired soon. There it is. There it goes. It goes away. Yay! That is good. That's exciting. That means that that storm that was moving through those areas north of Sugar Valley and Calhoun, it no longer has those properties that would produce a tornado. So we're expecting to see some still very severe storms. It can still be very damaging winds, still hail, lightning, and thunder. Very big, strong storm. It just doesn't necessarily have those properties that produce tornadoes now. Could you zoom back out a little bit?
Yeah. All right. So there we go.
Perfect. Yeah, so we still see, could you zoom out a little bit more and see if there's anything left in Alabama that may be making its way?
No, it's only that area in Rome.
All right, well, that is some exciting news. Is we aren't going to have, we may have, maybe these storms back here may spin up a little bit. You know, you can never be too sure. But as of right now, we don't have any other active tornado warnings in Alabama that would cross over. I'm not saying that won't happen, but I'm saying as of right now, it is kind of a nice sign, a little sigh of relief to see that, you know, as of right now, those storms that are in Alabama, which are usually stronger in Alabama, aren't producing any storms with tornadoes or rotation, and that they won't, you know, bring those over to Georgia. So that's a little bit of good news for us here tonight. Is there anything else that's going on that we can, more?
Really. It's just mainly that.
All right, so we'll just keep a lookout on that a little bit longer. Maybe, no, the radar reflectivity still isn't going to work very well. It's a pretty slow moving storm. I thought it would move a little bit faster than this, if I'm going to be honest.
This could mean that any of the effects could persist for longer.
Mm-hmm.
This could mean that any rain that you guys do get is going to be extended. It is not going to be a fly-through storm. So this rain will persist for a while, and so this means that you could have damaging floods that could come out of this.
Right. So
you could have flash flooding.
Yes. So if you didn't hear Mason, I commented that these storms are more slow moving than I originally had expected. And, you know, he's commenting on the fact that this can mean, you know, especially for the rain aspect, we're going to get more rain than maybe anticipated, or we're going to really see the rain, you know, start to accumulate really fast, which can mean flash flooding. Now, we don't have any flash flood warnings right now. That doesn't mean that can't happen, but if you are on a road that maybe floods more often than not, you really want to make sure you're staying off those roads. If you, for some reason, need to go out tonight, make sure that you are maybe avoiding those roads that flood easier. But I would advise, if you can stay off the roads, please do, while this system moves through all of Georgia, not just northwest Georgia. You know, it will still be dangerous after it gets through maybe more of this energy that we have seen and predicted in northwest Georgia. So it will still be quite a system as it moves through the rest of Georgia. So we just want to make sure that you're extra safe on the roads and in your homes tonight. So I'll just reiterate one more time, you know, we have these tornado warnings here. Could you zoom back in a little bit? Yeah. Is it still 3 tornado warnings?
2. What?
No, it's okay, yeah. It's still, we still have 3 active tornado warnings right now in northwest Georgia. We have, this was for, I believe it was Chattooga, and I don't remember the other county, but
I believe it was Walker, Chattooga.
No, I think this one, it started with an F. Walker is more north.
Let me check. So, Whitfield maybe?
No, it was, Whitfield is also more north, I believe.
The one for Gordon, Walker, Whitfield.
Those are up
then
here.
There's Murray, but Murray might be canceled.
These are Murray as well. So, okay, so if you are in those counties, we're still in those tornado warnings. You still want to make sure that you are staying in your safe space. Look at how strong that rain is right now, really indicative of a very, very strong storm. You know, strong winds, maybe some hail. I don't really know if we have much of a hail threat as of right now, but it doesn't mean it won't produce it later. So we're just going to keep watching this one and these two as well. They are set to expire at 11:30, and I believe this one was 11:45. They may have adjusted that a little bit, but
I think one of them just expired.
Okay, one of the tornado warnings.
Expires tornado warning for Chattooga. So Chattooga might expire.
I think it was this one.
Yeah, it's I think it's the one north. Yeah, I think that one. The one in the back.
Okay.
I think that one is till 11:30, and so it's 11:25. So it might expire in 5 minutes.
All right.
They pushed it out.
All right. So these tornado warnings these two appear more north, Calhoun, a little bit east of Somerville, and pretty far more south of Lafayette. Those tornado warnings are set to expire in around 5 minutes. Hopefully, we will see those expire fully, but that doesn't mean they won't extend it a little further. I don't really see an indicator that they would need to extend it further right now, but that doesn't mean they won't. And then this tornado here, which encapsulates Rome, is set to expire at 11:45. So we're just, keeping an eye as we continue through the night, and it continues to move through Georgia right now. This severe thunderstorm warning really just is in the whole area of these two tornado warnings. So if you are in the severe thunderstorm warning, but you may be closer to Cartersville and you're seeing this move through and you're watching right now saying, what should I do right now? Well, you're seeing all these other cities very close to you get hit by tornado warnings. What are you supposed to do right now? You want to make sure that you're preparing to get to your safe spot. You have batteries, a flashlight, pillow to cover your head if necessary, maybe a helmet if that is available to you, water and food for any of your family members that are going to be in your basement with you as well. So you want to make sure this is the time to do it. We still have a few areas that aren't quite getting the rain yet. We have a few that are just getting light rain right now. So if you're in those areas, this is the time to do the prep so that when those tornado warnings go off, you can just immediately get up. You can make your way to the lowest level of your house in your safe space, away from windows, away from exterior walls, making sure you're extra safe throughout the rest of the night. Is there anything else that...
That's it. You want to switch?
All right. Yeah, we can switch right now really quick.
We can switch. It's pretty dead right now.
All right, so we're going to switch really quick. Put it on the side.
Yeah, try it.
All
All
right. Let me see if I can hear you.
Yep.
All right, can you speak?
Testing.
Perfect.
All right. Oh, you might have to adjust my camera. I'm big again.
Oh, yeah. All right, if you want to talk about the hail really quick. It was,
Yeah, I am encapsulating this whole thing.
The hail report was in Somerville.
Yep.
Chattooga County.
Yep. And so what were they saying on the hail?
Penny-sized hail.
Yep. So we are seeing penny-sized hail that has been reported on the ground up here in Somerville. So just to the west of this tornado warning. So this means that this hail could carry over into Calhoun and the surrounding areas and cities. Let me stand here.
As long as you stay on the white tape.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, so it has been confirmed there has been some penny-sized hail that has fallen onto the ground. This can still cause damage to property. It might not seem like a lot, it might seem small, but this can cause damage to windshields. This can cause damage to anyone that's standing outside in it. So make sure you guys are very careful and make sure you guys are weather aware. And so currently, we only have 3 tornado warnings in progress, and we have 1 severe weather warning, severe thunderstorm warning that is in progress. So as my friend as Emily described earlier, so we have 3 tornado warnings up in Somerville over to Calhoun. We have 1 that's going to expire soon from Alabama, leading all the way to Rome, Georgia. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning that is issued from Alabama, the border of Alabama, that moves all the way just northeast of Calhoun. So this could be expanded north as we are approaching the system. This system is not just targeted towards the western side. This is a large line of thunderstorms. These thunderstorms will progress towards the east as it moves. And these storms can bring damaging winds. This can bring hail. This can bring a lot of different factors that will impact your night's sleep. This will impact your road travel if you are driving anywhere. This will impact your safety. So make sure you guys are confident that you have all the supplies you need. Make sure you guys know of a safe spot if just in case a spin up does occur. We aren't quite sure. It looks like it's just going to be heavy precip as this line kind of, you can see this line is kind of becoming more organized. Organized, a little bit more messy. This could be indicating that any of those like strong thunderstorm like supercells that can produce the tornadoes, it's all congealing into one. And so it does not show favorable activity for tornadoes, but that does not mean that tornadoes will be off the table. Tornadoes will be on the table for the rest of the night until the storm has left Georgia, moving over into Virginia, North and South Carolina. If you want to zoom out, you can show the expanse, show how big it is. So as you guys can see, this system is moving from central Alabama, from Birmingham. Let me just go over here, make it a little bit easier for y'all to see. So it is from Alabama. It is moving to the northeast. It is bringing all of this moisture from the Gulf. It is bringing that moisture. It is bringing that energy. It is bringing lightning, rain, thunder. It is bringing hail, possible tornadoes. This system, as it moves down, will cause possible flash floodings that could impact your travel. So make sure you guys are very careful on the road, especially right now as this system is moving through. So as Emily talked about before, the system is not moving very fast. This could mean that any of the rain you guys do have will persist for a while. So areas over here, there you go. So areas right here, you guys have been experiencing rain for a decent amount of time. Like areas of like Calhoun, Rome, you guys are experiencing rain for at least an hour, maybe even more than that. So this consistent, persistent rain, even if it's just light, can cause some flooding in areas that don't have the best drainage systems. So make sure you guys are aware, and make sure you guys, if you guys live on lower levels, to make sure that you just keep aware of any flood risks that could occur with the system. So as we are seeing down here, we only have two now actually. One of the tornado warnings has been dropped. So we still have that long tornado warning in Calhoun, and then we have the tornado warning down here. Can you move south so I can see the Rome? And then we have over here this tornado warning in Rome. We only have two more. The other one has expired. So it expired at 11:30. So there is a possibility that this storm over here, at 11:45, and this one at 12 will expire. And then if this is the case, this means that no tornadoes have been reported and no tornado areas have been cited. Tornado areas are areas that you are probable for tornadoes. You have spinning in the air. You have a good indicator for that, if you guys didn't know, is that if it's very curvy, that could show there's a lot of wind being pulled down. This could be indicative of a very strong rear flank, and this rear flank can cause devastating winds on the surface. So this could also be a good indicator for tornadic activity if you wanted to look at that. But currently this is pretty streamlined. It's not very, it's very kind of splotchy, streamlined as it's moving up. It's not like it was before where you had pockets of very intensive rain leading the charge as the other stuff kind of just preceded behind it, or like the preceding and then the ones behind it. So This is more uniform. This means that you will have rain, you will have lightning, thunder. That's expected. This is going to be a light show. Regardless to anyone on this line, especially areas of high precipitation, you could see lightning, you could get lightning damage. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Make sure you guys have flashlights, batteries, radios, because there is a chance you guys could lose power, especially up here in this area where you had constant rain, you had constant lightning and a tornado, an observed tornado, especially over here in this area. We did have a confirmed tornado over here in this area. This could have caused damage. This could have caused power outages. So make sure you guys have batteries. Make sure you guys have water bottles if you have any. Make sure you guys stay aware because this system could spur up something at any moment. Especially along the south end of the system, right around here. So any system to the south of the line, especially as it's moving, will be getting hit. And then the areas typically more northwest, you guys are kind of done as of currently. Can you zoom out so we can see it again?
Yes. Is that good?
Yep. So as you guys can see, this is a lot of rain. So areas that are red, purplish, dark red, this is areas of very intensive precipitation. But then you also have these yellows and these greens and light greens. These greens and yellows are still rain. It's just not as strong. You have rain that's more like sprinkle, like it's sprinkling. It's very light. It's not as strong as the streamline here where the intensive precipitation is. But this does not mean that you guys can't get flash flooding. As this system had moved, it dropped rain where the red is. But then you have this like proceeding, this trail that's forming behind it. And this is also bringing rain. This extra rain stacked onto the rain you had before can cause flash flood risks. So make sure you guys are aware of that. And especially over here in areas where you have a severe thunderstorm warning, especially along this line, you are going to have a risk of hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, or a possible tornado. Those are the indicators of a severe thunderstorm warning. And what time do those expire?
I believe they're both 11:45.
Including the one in Calhoun?
The one for Floyd, which is the more southern one, is going to expire at 11:45, and the tornado warning that is Calhoun is going to expire around 12 a.m.
Okay, so 11:45 and 12. So we have 20 minutes, 25 minutes?
Yes, it's 11:38 right now.
Yep. So this will expire in less than 25-30 minutes. This means that if we do not have another tornado warning, that does not mean you guys are in the clear. Areas over here in like Kensington, just north of Somerville, you guys have had your fair share of rain. It's looking like this rain might be being pushed out as we are progressing closer to closer to tomorrow, actually, because we are almost about to pass over 12. So this will be a 2-day long event. And this will move on for a few hours, possibly up until 2. But that does not mean you will have tornado warnings. You might have severe thunderstorm warnings. And this can persist, especially as this system is moving towards the eastern side, especially areas of like LJ, Dalton, Calhoun, Rome. This is not moving in it's moving in a straight line diagonally. And so this means that areas up northeast might get it earlier than areas just south of it. So just if areas north of you are raining and you're not, that does not mean you guys are not going to get hit. Everyone is going to get hit by this storm. It is going to move through. It does not look like it's breaking up. This is a very straight line squall. And this squall will bring heavy precipitation. It will bring heavy winds, lightning damage, flood risk. It could bring possible tornadoes, especially along the ends. So these are things we're going to take a look at make sure that there is not going to be any more problems, and make sure you guys are safe, especially as the storm is moving through. Is chat saying anything?
I don't believe so.
Oh, wait.
About
Oh, another tornado warning just dropped.
tornado warning just, wow, hasn't even come through yet.
Wow. There it is.
There it is, yeah.
Okay, so
it's for Gordon County.
okay, so we do have just got tornado warning in Gordon County. Is it observed or is it indicated? Radar indicated or observed?
I believe it's indicated.
Can you
Radar indicated till 12:15 a.m.
Okay. So
Moving at 35 miles an hour.
So this is a radar indicated tornado threat. It's a tornado warning. This means that can you zoom in to that warning? So area cities south of Calhoun, you guys are under risk. So that means areas such as Cache, Farmville, McDaniels, Yarborough Mills. Back it up. Ranger. And I don't know what the other one was over there on 411. Can you scoot just a little bit to the east? Fairmount. You guys are currently under a tornado warning. This means that there is a favorable conditions for tornadoes to form. So this means that you guys are going to be at risk.
Really quick.
Yeah.
This tornado in the south, Rome.
Rome?
This one was just expired, so.
Okay.
Will soon go away off of
All right, so if you guys didn't hear Emily, this tornado warning will expire. This will probably vanish soon, but these are the ones we have to take a look at over here. So you have this one in Calhoun. This will expire at 12. You have this storm down here, which will expire at 12:15. So this means that up until 12 and 12:15, you guys are going to be seeing heavy rain. You're going to be seeing very intensive winds. You're going to be seeing possible tornadic systems. You might even see hail, especially over here. As we've mentioned countless times, this area of pink-purple is indicative of either extremely heavy rains or possible hail. This hail can cause damage, so make sure you guys do not go outside, especially if you're in this tornado warning. Make sure you guys get to a safe spot. Make sure you guys have protection. Make sure you guys have radios. Make sure you guys have different battery-operated devices so you can hear the National Weather Service or different emergency operatives so you can get intel about this system if you guys do unfortunately lose power, because there is a possibility that trees can knock over power lines. It's definitely happened. It is not going to be the first time, and it will unfortunately not be the last, especially with this system. It's very fast. It's very slow moving. It's not a very fast system, so it's going to be bringing all of this wind. It's going to bring all of this rain. This could easily knock over tree limbs. This can cause a loss of power. So make sure you guys have, if you guys have backup generators, you might want to get those out just in case. If you have portable batteries, make sure you guys have them. If you guys have candles or flashlights, make sure you guys have them with full batteries because you guys might lose power. So Redbud, Cache, Blackwood, Calhoun, Yarborough Mills, Ranger, Fairmount, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. It has just been issued by the National Weather Service, and it will not go away until 12:15 a.m. And it is currently 11:45 p.m. So you guys have another 20 to 30 more minutes of this storm barreling through you guys and bringing in that tornado warning. This tornado warning will persist. It will only dissipate if the conditions are favorable for the removal. So right now you do have that chance of vorticity. You do have that chance of tornado development, but right now we are not seeing that this area will be favorable for tornadic development. What about the one down in Rome? Because I think the one in Rome changed.
They're saying that they're going to let it expire.
Over here in Rome?
Over here in Rome, they just sent a message. So I don't know if it's official yet, but they are going to let it expire. I believe it was supposed to expire at 11:45 anyway.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem as though they're going to.
Okay. So over here in Rome, just to
Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're fine. So you can just leave it there. So we still have a severe thunderstorm warning that is encapsulating these tornadoes. Oh, there it is. It's gone. Just vanished. It's gone. And so we only have these 2 tornado warnings. One that expires at 12 to the north of Calhoun, and then we have the one just south of Calhoun leading to Fairmount. You guys will have this tornado warning until 12 to 12:15. Make sure you guys take care. Caution, stay away from windows even if the storm passes. You guys do not want to risk this. Make sure you guys have access to a tornado shelter. This is an area that is away from any exterior windows or walls leading to the outside of your house. Make sure you guys go to a closet, a bathroom that has no windows on the interior of your house, or if you guys have a basement, make sure you guys go to your basement and make sure you have things to cover your head just in case the worst does come to fruition. You could have a chance of tornado forming on you. So make sure you guys have helmets. Make sure you guys bend down, protect yourselves. Make sure you have rechargeable batteries. Make sure you have bottled water just in case the power does go out. Make sure you guys have access to batteries and ways to contact emergency services if you do need them. And you need a way to listen to the National Weather Service, the news, or any radio broadcasts or even television so you can get intel on what's going on with the storm presently as it moves through the central and northwestern part of Georgia. Can you push out?
Zoom out?
Yeah, zoom out. Currently, it looks like this system could be weakening, over here on this northeastern side of Georgia, over here near like Lake Lanier, Suches. It's looking like it's not as strong as it was over here, say in the northwest or like the central western part of Georgia. This does not mean you guys are out of the clear. You guys are still going to get rainfall. You guys are still going to get lightning, wind, but it's not going to be as, say, intensive as areas in Calhoun, Rome, Cedartown down there. This could be starting to see rain at any moment now, especially over here in downtown Atlanta. Can you see what's downtown Atlanta? Oop. Yep. So you have over here, you have Atlanta. This storm has not hit you guys yet. And then over here, we have Athens. This storm has not hit us either. So we are still in the clear as of now for central and southern Georgia. We have not seen this storm yet. But northwest Georgia, northeast Georgia, and north central Georgia, you guys are definitely getting hit by this system, and it will be moving through you rather slowly. This system has been said to be moving at 30 miles per hour. So it's rather slow. It's going to persist for a while. It's going to be dropping a lot of rain. It could be dropping hail even. As you look at areas with purple, it could be dropping penny-sized hail. And this could impact your windshields. This could impact your cars. This can impact your windows. This can impact your roof. So make sure you guys are taking precautions. Make sure you're checking to see that the hail did not damage any of your property. Check for any leaks, checks for anything like that. Except for the areas over here in Calhoun, and south of Calhoun and Fairmont, you guys are currently in a tornado warning. So this means that the tornado has not touched the ground as of currently. We are seeing that the tornado is radar indicated. This means that we are seeing rotation through the radar aloft, but we are not seeing any dropping or observed funnel cloud that's hit the ground yet. If you want, we might be able to look at CC and storm relative velocity.
Yes.
We might be able to.
We'll see. That'll be very nice to see if it cooperates.
Oh, actually, you guys might be able to better see the system as a whole. There is a lot of green. This green is very light rain. This yellow is more of like an intermediate rain. And this line over here of red, that is indicating very strong rain, especially down here in Cedartown. The darker the red, the more rain the radar is picking up. This means that you guys down here are going to be getting a lot of rain, especially as this system is moving through. It's bringing all that heavy precipitation, and then the rain falling behind it is going to be adding to that precipitation. So you guys might be getting even more precip that could overflow rivers. So make sure you guys are being careful. Make sure you guys are being diligent and aware. We currently do not have any flash flood warnings issued, but it's wise to take precautions just in case, because you don't know. Your backyard could be a great spot for rain to build up. So just make sure you guys are aware. Make sure you guys check out your property if it's safe to do so. Make sure you guys do not go outside right now. Just check out windows if you guys are not in areas of threat or in areas of tornado warnings. All right, let's check over the...
They also kind of edited this severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah.
That is on, so
Ooh, there you go.
sorry, it encapsulates Bartow,
Ooh.
Floyd, Gordon, Murray,
Mhm.
as well as Cherokee, Cobb, Paulding, Pickens, and Polk.
So Paulding, Pickens, Polk, Cobb County, where else? Cherokee County, Bartow County, Floyd County, and Gordon County. You guys are...
One of the tornado warnings which just expired, and we figure out which one that is.
It's probably the top one.
Yes, it is.
Yep, this top tornado warning has just expired.
Sorry, no, it's
The bottom? We'll see in a minute. One of these tornado warnings has just expired. So
it's the bottom one.
yeah, I believe the bottom one, but we'll check and see. So this tornado, severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued and expanded. It is now encapsulating areas of Cobb County, where else?
Cherokee County.
Cobb County, Cherokee County, and then any of these surrounding counties, Rome, Addersville, Cartersville, Ludville, Murrayville, Kennesaw, Sugar Hill, and it's starting to near Gainesville. You have Juneau, that's behind me. You have Canton, you have Kennesaw, down there. And these areas are going to be getting hit by this storm soon. And this storm has had that potential of bringing severe conditions such as threats of hail, lightning threats, wind threats, and there's even the risk of tornadoes. We have had one observed tornado touch down in the northwestern part of Georgia. This happened just an hour or so ago, and this tornado could develop again. We could have more tornadic development as this line is moving through. So areas like over here where you have Ludville, Calhoun, Addersville, you guys are still currently in that tornado warning. So that means you guys are still favorable for tornadic development. And this tornadic development could progress as you're moving down to the southeast as this system is progressing eastward, and it will possibly develop into another tornado warning. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys keep cautious, especially over here in areas of, say, Juneau, Ludville, Caddacy, Suches, Cleveland. You guys are in this line of storms that has had favorable development for tornadoes. And so this could carry over eastward. You guys could be getting tornadic development. So make sure you guys are weather aware. Make sure you guys have access to batteries, emergency services. Make sure you guys have radios, water.
Mason,
Yeah.
we're about to issue a new tornado warning for Pickens and North Cherokee. Do you want to switch really quick?
Yeah.
You take a break? Okay.
No, wait, no, it's fine. Do
Are
this.
you good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
How long have we been on for?
We've been on for, I think, almost 3 hours.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
We'll just keep going until there's no more tornado warnings, and then we'll give y'all like what you guys can expect.
We have to stay though until the system moves through. Yeah.
Yeah, and then.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep. So we have a new tornado warning. Like I said, it is bringing this tornadic development and it is moving it into Ball Ground, Fairmount, Jasper, Pine Log. You guys are currently under a tornado warning. This means that it is more than likely radar indicated. This means that you will have vorticity in the air, and this vorticity in the air could provide.
Radar indicated.
Yeah, it is radar indicated. How fast is it moving, and what's the hail?
It is less than 1/4
Okay, so this is moving at 50 miles per hour, which is about 20 miles per hour faster than what we've been seeing for the past 2 hours or so. So Fairmount, Ball Ground, Jasper, Lathamtown, you guys are currently under a tornado warning. So make sure you guys are weather aware. This is radar indicated. It has not touched the ground. It has not been observed. But there has been 3/4 quarter-sized hail. There has been lightning, wind, rain. So make sure you guys are taking caution and going to your shelter if you feel it to be appropriate. Make sure you guys have areas of closets, bathrooms, areas where there is no access to the outside, such as areas with areas say near a chimney, areas near windows, garage doors. These are areas that limbs and stuff can protrude through and cause damage to your person. Make sure you guys are away from the exterior facings of your wall, of your house. So walls that lead to the outside door. Make sure you, outside world, do not go there. Make sure you guys are in the interior of your house. Make sure you guys, if you have a basement, to go down there. Make sure you guys have water, flashlight, food, and make sure you guys have access to a radio or television or even your phone if you guys need to get into contact or listen to emergency services, especially as the system is moving through. The system is looking rough. It is going to be bringing a lot of wind. It's going to be bringing a lot of energy down here. This energy will be causing devastation, possibly. Yeah, we can try. It might be south enough that. Oh, wait, there it is. Look, right there. Yeah. Yep. So over here, you see this area of Pause it. Okay. Right there. Pause it. Can you zoom in on that? So right here is the area of interest. This is a couplet. This couplet is what we are looking at. This is where you have inflow air and then the outflow of air. So this green is the air that's flowing in. This red is the air that's leaving. Once you have the areas of rotation this way, like that's being indicated on here, this rotation can be favorable for tornadic development. If this system were to tighten, and if this rotation were to tighten, and you were to see a more defined couplet, a tornado can form in that area, and they can bring devastation with it. So make sure you guys are staying very weather aware, just in case this tornado does form out of this tornado warning. Make sure you guys are cautious. These late night tornadoes are devastating because you guys aren't able to see them. These tornadoes are usually rain wrapped. You can only hear them, but you sometimes even can't over the rain. We've had instances over the past few days where severe nighttime tornadoes have hit that's caused devastation. So make sure you guys are being very cautious, being very weather aware, because this system could bring a tornado right to your front door. All right, can you unpause it for me, please? And then can you do...
I erased my drawing as well.
Yeah, can you also do correlation coefficient?
Yes.
I'm curious if this thing has touched. Because I don't think it has. I think it's too weak. This might just be basic rotation, but we can just take a look. Wait, one didn't just form behind it, did it?
I think these are all the...
So those are the old ones. So this is the new one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yep, it is not looking like, you might want to back out. Try backing out a bit.
How's that?
Yeah, I'm not seeing any consistent debris balls, but this does not mean that the tornado has not touched the ground. A tornadic debris signature means that the tornado, if it did touch down, picked something up and lofted it into the air for the radar to detect. This does not mean that the tornado hasn't touched down. This just means that the tornado, if it did touch down, has not picked anything up yet. Or it's hitting areas that do not have a lot of debris it can pick up. So areas over here, south of Ludville, north of Canton, you guys are under a tornado warning that is favorable for tornadic development. So make sure you guys go to your safe place, especially because this system is moving rather fast. It could bring it right to your front door, and you guys need to be on the safe side, especially if a tornado does form. Can you zoom out and go to the reflectivity? Mm-hmm. This works. So as you guys can see, where you have this area of uncertainty, this tornado warning, it is coinciding with an area of severe thunderstorm warnings. This is because severe thunderstorm warnings have 3 parameters that are needed to be issued, usually. You have 60-mile-per-hour winds or higher, you have hail that's formed and falling onto the ground, or you have areas of tornadic development that could form along it. So this is areas that have that potential for severe thunderstorm for tornadoes to form. Even if tornadoes do not form in this area, hail and damaging threats can form in this area. So make sure you guys are being very weather aware and being very cautious and conscious of the things that's happening around you. If you hear something that doesn't sound right, if the lights start flickering, if you hear something outside that you just don't trust, especially areas just north of Canton, make sure you guys take shelter immediately. Drop everything, grab your helmets, grab anything you guys can, get to a safe spot, get to a safe shelter, preferably underground if possible, but if not, go to the interior rooms of your building or house. Make sure you guys are in bedrooms with no windows, for instance. Go to closets, bathrooms with no windows. Make sure you're in a room with no windows or nothing that can break and bring shatters onto you. Shatters can cause damage to your skin. It can cause problems. You guys do not want to be anywhere near glass if a tornado does unfortunately hit you. So as the storm is moving through, you guys can see that we might be able to see over here that you have that slight rotation. You might be able to see it here. You can kind of see how it's spinning, right? Right here? Yeah, so there's this area right here that's indicative of rotation. It is counterclockwise rotation. And you can kind of see it here from Leadville to Pine Log to Calhoun. Do you see this area of red that's kind of rotating? That is showing in the storm relative velocity that we were looking at earlier that has that spin, which can cause tornadoes to form. So make sure you guys are very aware that this area could be a prime suspect and a prime target for tornadoes, especially places near Tate and Ball Ground and Welska. These areas are going to be possibly hit by a tornado because this thing could tighten as it moves east of Leadville and Pine Log. This thing could tighten up and then stretch into that tornado, and that tornado can cause ground damage and it can cause property damage. So make sure you guys are weather aware because this thing can get intense rather fast. A good thing is that unlike the other storms in northwestern Georgia, this thing's moving relatively fast. So this thing will blow out of here. So you guys do not have to worry about a persistent tornado forming on top of you and moving rather slowly. So if a tornado does form in this area, it is not going to persist in one area for long. It is going to move. It said that this system is moving at 50 miles per hour. And so this 50-mile-per-hour storm means that it's moving a huge distance compared to what it was before. So do we have any intel on the group chats and the National Weather Service?
Not much. There's, some reports of damage.
Where was the damage reported?
Further west from the storms that have already passed through, those areas we were covering earlier, but there's really not much right now.
Okay.
Nobody's really saying much in the grouping. They were talking about that, what was it called? The
Couplet?
bookend hook that you were talking
The hook line. Are you talking about the hook echo?
Yeah, the thing right
Yeah, this right here. That's the hook echo. Yep. So they're talking about this because this is an area.
saying like, oh, look at that, but nobody's really
Yep, it's
saying much right now.
yeah. So regardless, we are looking at a system that could bring tornadoes. Just in case you guys are new or hopping onto this, This system has brought tornadoes to Georgia's doorstep, and it will not be the first and probably may not even be the last as this system is moving through. We currently have 2 tornado warnings in effect, including a severe thunderstorm warning that's encapsulating it all. So areas in the red are areas that are in severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. This tornado warning is indicative that there is a possibility that there will be a tornado that could form on top of you. This tornado can bring devastation. You can actually see it here that we do have rotation aloft. You can see that it's rotating. This rotating is a sign that there could be a tornado coming for y'all. So make sure you guys take shelter. Make sure you guys have ways to access radios, televisions, any sort of way to get in contact with the outside world so you can get better intel on the severity of the system and what the danger level is for you if you guys aren't able to listen to us. How long until that severe thunderstorm warning times out?
The severe thunderstorm warning?
Yeah.
Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning until 12:30 a.m. So it's 12:06 right now. It is set to expire at 12:30 a.m. Do you want to take a break?
How long have we been on? How long have we been on for? Like since you.
I believe I went off a little bit before 11:30.
So I've been around for about an hour.
Yeah. 30. Well, no, you've been on
Like 30, 40 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30,
Yeah, we can switch.
Yeah. Okay.
So quick break.
Switch.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly switch, and then I will keep in contact with you guys just to be sure if that tornado does drop down. We'll be eyes on the sky. We'll be weather aware. We will make sure you guys are well informed of that tornado if it does form and it is observed. So I will hand off the mic to Emily, and she will get back to you guys shortly. Who's been saying? Copies. Here you go. People are congratulating us.
Yeah, a few people in the chat as well. If you need to go get water really quick, you can.
I may honestly do that.
Yeah, go ahead and if you want. I'm good right now.
I'm just checking right now to make sure there's no debris balls.
I can't get this on my skirt.
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about earlier. See this right here?
Oh.
Do you see where it's kind of like jagged?
Yeah.
That could be a calcium. So that could be something to take into account. Let's take a look here. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Has it just been radar indicated or has it dropped?
It's just been radar indicated for a while now. But somebody, Alex Forbes from Fox 5 said that he thought he saw a tornado go over Highway 53 a couple hours ago.
Y'all issued that warning for Cherokee and Pickens, and boy, our phones are going bonkers. This is what they're saying. Wall cloud observed on our cyclone port cam, western Pickens County.
Oh, yeah. Alright, could you put the headphones on and see if you can hear me?
Yep.
I need to check my shirt.
Hello? Yep, I can hear you.
Alright, that's good.
Let me go into the live stream and make sure that things are good for that.
I've also plugged my phone into your charger. I hope you don't mind.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, this thing, my charger's fast.
It is fast?
What?
It is fast.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you guys are good.
Alright. Could you put me on the radar reflectivity?
Yep.
And make sure you have at least one of the headphones on, so in case our audio goes out for some crazy reading. Oh, okay, yeah.
Alright. So
I forgot about that.
reflectivity?
Yes.
Yep. Alright. So which one do you want? One or two? This is the one we've kind of always been using.
I like the second one has been good. Or the first one you showed. Sorry. The reflectivity one.
You want this one or the other one?
The other one.
This one?
Yes. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Let me zoom in there. There you go.
All right. So in case, I have to adjust the camera again. You're so tall. I'm very not tall.
I am 6'2", so that makes sense.
I'm
I'm
5'3".
6'1", to be honest.
Wow, I still look really short. You guys really get to see all of the background, all of the behind the scenes tonight. All right, so
Okay,
my
Knox talked to us. He said, as the system becomes linear, keep an eye on Alabama. There's a strong tornadic vortex signature or velocity signature east of Birmingham. Don't wear out before stuff gets to Athens. It's more important to cover Athens. All right.
all right. So if you need to go take a break, you
Yeah,
can.
he's saying don't wear out.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Knox.
Thank you, Dr. Knox.
Yeah, we might have to take a break soon so that we can keep paying attention to the rest of North Georgia throughout the night. But we are back from our little switch over. Mason may go take a little break, get a sip of water and such, but we are still paying attention to this big line of storms that has come through northwest Georgia this evening. And this very early morning, I believe it is now 12 a.m., so it is now Wednesday, and we are seeing this line move through. We have 2 tornado warnings. We're seeing it start to move into the more metro Atlanta. Cherokee and Cobb County are a few of the counties involved in these warnings. So we are really paying attention now, just as much as we have before, but still making sure we're weather aware throughout these. All right, we are still paying attention, weather aware in all of these counties. This severe thunderstorm warning still very prevalent. They did extend it until 12:30, so we are going to watch it for a while longer here, and we're just really also paying attention to some storms out here in Alabama. When I was up here last, I was talking about how Alabama, wasn't really producing as much tornadoes as it had been, and I jinxed it, and so now there is a tornado warning in Alabama, a little bit east, pretty east of Birmingham, so we're going to watch that as well as it moves through. It's a little bit further south than the rest of the storms have been, so we'll see where that takes us throughout the rest of the night. So we are really just paying attention. I am going to zoom in a little bit so we can see some of the systems a little bit more. I'm now a one-man show for a little bit as Mason went to get water. So yeah, here it is. We can see just Ranger, Jasper, Ball Ground, Pine Log, Waleska, Tate, Ludville. All of these areas are either in the tornado warning or right around the tornado warnings. So we really just are trying to pay attention to that right now, trying to stay paying attention here. We see this big, it's called a hook and echo, I believe, and we're just watching that, see if it will produce anything more than just that rotation, see if it will drop anything down. Just to be more, we're trying to say the same things over and over again, really get it in y'all's heads. Your safe space should be in the lowest level of your home. It should be a basement, or it should be the closet, bathroom of the lowest level of your home. You need to have water, food, shoes, and just really making sure we're prepared. Batteries and a flashlight would be good as well in case you lose power and you need to be in contact with somebody. And if you're watching this and you say, I know somebody in Waleska, they're my friend, they're my family member, reach out to them right now. Hopefully their phones are up. Hopefully they already know about this tornado warning. But if not, you could be the one to save their lives. Not us, but you could be the one to say, hey, there's a tornado warning. You need to be in your safe space as soon as possible. So, as I'm saying these things, you want to make sure that the people that you know and that you love are seeing this and saying, oh yeah, I know these people are, in danger. I want to make sure that I see, are paying attention. So, and I know people in Cartersville, I know people in Cummings, so, I might have to take a moment to say, hey, pay attention to the weather really quick. as we move through and the system gets further and further throughout our area. Maybe I want to take a look at the forecast map a little bit and see what's going on, past right now as we go into the rest of the early morning hours tonight. Let's see, is that showing up? That is perfect. All right, so I'm gonna put a stop. Let's see, what time is it right now? It is 12:15 right now. So this is 12:30. I'll put I don't know if I can add a pause right there, and then I'm gonna put a pause right there as it hits Athens as well, and another one. It just keeps moving on through. All right, so I'm gonna take this through. We have this system right here moving through in Canton. It's really strong right here. I've got the clicker now. Very strong throughout Canton, and then as we go through the rest of the evening, again, still very strong. Canton, Rome still getting hit. It's about to hit Atlanta around 12:30 a.m. So very soon, right in Atlanta is about to, feel the wrath of the system, if you will. And as we go throughout the rest of the night, 1:30 a.m., this is when Athens will start to see the brunt of the storm. It kind of splits up a little bit, but look at this pocket of storms southwest of Canton. That'll be a very strong one we'll have to watch out for. Atlanta, some rain and pretty heavy storms a little bit west-southwest of Atlanta above LaGrange. So LaGrange might get a little bit as well around 2 a.m. Toccoa also getting Toccoa and, South Carolina as well. They have had some pretty heavy storms yesterday, I guess. Today, it depends on if you've gone to bed yet or not. But yeah, we're going to see that move through again. I know in Athens, where we are in Athens, we'll try to be here if we deem that, this storm is going to continue to be as intense as it has been. And around 3 a.m., it's going to start to move through more of the southern and eastern regions of Georgia. It'll still be around in Athens around 3:30. It'll be mostly south of Atlanta, Eatonton, and there it is in LaGrange. Another pretty strong spot of storms there, a little bit east of LaGrange. So we're just going to keep watching that move on throughout the rest of the morning. We'll try to be here for you as much as possible throughout the rest of the night. So I'm going to take us back to a live look now. Let's see where we've got. Here at the live look. All right, we've got both of our tornado warnings have expired. I'm going to make sure, double check that, triple check that everywhere. Yep, so both of our tornado warnings have been canceled. That means that we just have this severe thunderstorm warning. Awesome. Mason is back. We have completely carried out our 2 tornado warnings right now, so I think we may take a break right now while we can, see if we can take a little breather for the both of us. Mason, how are you feeling about that? Yeah, okay. All right, so we are going to take a break right now while we don't have any tornado warnings. We will be still here in the geography building of the Athens University Georgia campus, making sure that we are still monitoring the weather for y'all, and we will go live again if there's any more tornado warnings, or if there's just a special situation we feel that we should go live for. But we'll take one last look. I did just take you through the future radar, so there may be some parts where we may need to go live again. But you do know the timing. You do know that it's still going to be very severe, and we're not like putting our guard down for this. We're just taking a moment to breathe. Can you still hear me, Mason?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Awesome. So we're going to take a moment to breathe, but I just want to emphasize one more time, if we aren't live, what do you do during a tornado warning? You get to your safe space, lowest level, basement, as soon and as quick as possible. Make sure you're away from windows. Make sure you're away from the exterior walls of your home. All right, for a severe thunderstorm warning, we're still taking that seriously as well, okay? So, damaging winds, straight line winds 60 miles per hour or more. That is very strong wind, and that can do a lot of damage despite a tornado not being around, all right? So, there's also still that hail threat. There's still lightning. This is a very dangerous, damaging storm that we have seen move through. And, we're not seeing it weaken as much as we maybe expected. So, just make sure that we're still weather aware throughout the rest of the evening. And, we'll keep you updated if needed. Mason, do you want to say anything before we're done?
I'll just say, the severe thunderstorm warning just expanded.
All right, so we'll talk about that really quick before we go as well. But do you want to say anything really quick?
Just because we have no active tornado threats at the moment does not mean that the storm cannot produce any. So this means that there is a possibility, especially in areas of severe thunderstorms, that tornadoes can pop up. We will keep an eye out. We will check the National Weather Service, and we will come back to you as soon as we get intel on if tornadoes do develop. We will come right back onto our live stream and help out.
Yeah. All right. So just like he said, we are gonna stay paying attention, and I want to talk about this severe thunderstorm warning that just got extended. We have Roswell and Gainesville, the big ones that have just been included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Could you zoom in on it, please?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We have parts of Gwinnett County.
So we have Gainesville, Sugar Hill, Roswell, Ackworth,
Can
Silver
you
City.
scoot it down as well?
Like this?
Yeah, that's good.
So it's just north of Atlanta.
Yeah, right just north of Atlanta. We have parts of Gwinnett County, a part of it. Lawrenceville is just about to probably be extended into that as well. We have Doraville, Smyrna, Roswell, Kennesaw, Dallas, Cartersville. Cartersville has been in it for a while. We have Canton has seen it for a while. We have Gainesville, Murrayville. So if you are in these areas, this is a very large severe thunderstorm warning. So this encapsulates a lot of the population of Georgia because it is right above Atlanta. So we really want to make sure we're paying attention to this as we go into the next few hours of the night. When does this expire?
This expired at, let me see, it just dropped. It's going, hail's actually an inch.
Wow, okay.
60-mile-per-hour wind radar indicated, expires in 38 minutes.
What time is it right now?
And it looks like Alabama's having a tornado, so we might want to take a break now.
All right.
We'll get one.
All right, so we'll be back very soon with more weather updates for you.